Sorry for the long intro there. Hello, welcome on in everyone. Mistress, good morning, and Kim, good morning. First and second, hell yeah. And then I caught third. Very cool. And then 20, good morning, and Jeans and Cthulhu, welcome on in. I'm so sorry for the long intro there. It's just trying to upload the reels onto Twitter takes a really long time. And sometimes it zooms by, and then sometimes it just does not zoom by at all. So we're in, and we're back to Stickmen today. I did put this in, oh, let me change. Actually, before I start talking to everyone, hello, hi, I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome on in. And Jay, good morning. But yeah, before I go too far into it, I just want to do a little heads up. If you're in the UK, you might be aware of this. So where I am right now, without doxing myself too much, is having a pretty big storm. And we have already had one outage this morning. The storm is now lasting for 3 more days, so we could be blipping in and out at streams at the moment, and if it does just cut out, I'm fine, assumingly my power's gone out again. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that because it's gone out and come back, that maybe it'll be okay, but we'll see. We'll see. It's how it goes in the storm. It's very, very windy, but I think the issue that we're having is just so much rain, so I think there's just a lot of water in places there shouldn't be, hence just power just zoom. There it goes. Oh dear, it is fine. Are you saying you were hiding I was hiding intentionally, but not, well, I was hiding intentionally for the first 5 minutes. I was trying to post on Twitter. We got a storm warning here too. Big spring winds, yeah. Like you can really hear it like battering the house. Like this morning I was woken up like by a creaking, and it managed to open one of our windows, which is like, I hope it's okay. It made a really big crack noise when I closed it again, so we'll see. But yeah, no, it's very, very windy, and it's very, very wet. But I think for us particularly, it's the wet that we're worried about because of wherever it gathers. I don't know. Like we're not, even though it's really, really windy, we're not really having too many wind warnings. We're just having like, hey, expect issues. Like you're not going to get public transport and you might lose power, and it's like, yes. I'm in the UK, it's wet, but not so windy. It's heckin' windy. Yeah, it's very windy here. It's not so bad as it was when I woke up, though. When I woke up, it was really battering us, whereas... Oh, 2 seconds. My door's just opened. No one's there. This is the other problem of living in a place like an older house. When it's windy, doors will just open. They just open by themselves. I love that. Thank you, house. So maybe I should put something in front of it. I'll do that later. If it happens again, I'll do it later. It's gonna really freak me out at some point. The wind's gonna blow through the house and my door's just gonna be like, eh. Oi, oi, Shifty, oi, oi, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I hope that the weather near you is not as bad as the weather is here. Yeah, it was in your stream last night. Like, I think it's gonna be raining tonight. We've already lost power once. And it's meant to be worse tomorrow, which I'm not streaming tomorrow, thankfully, so it should be fine. But it's meant to be worse tomorrow, and then I think on Thursday we're also having thunder and lightning. Like, as far as I'm aware, we're just having constant rain for 3 days now, and it's gonna be wet. Wimmed or ghost? Yeah, it could be Shifty. I could have just locked Shifty out. Perfect birthday weather. True. Oh dear. They've also scheduled me, I'm having my flu jab now on Wednesday, which we'll see. We'll see. I'd like to have it. It would be good to have my flu jab, which is tomorrow, actually, thinking about it. So it's sneaking up on me. I get my flu jab so I don't get flu. Oh dear. I'll try and be back in time for your birthday stream. I think it depends. If I was walking, I don't think I'd make it back, but since we do hopefully have the car now, it doesn't matter if public transports are down, because we should be able to get there and back pretty easily, I hope. Touch wood. Oh dear. To be fair, I never really, I will also touch wood before I say this, I've never really had too bad of a reaction to the flu jab. I think the first time I ever had it, I did. And then since then, it's not been an issue. Also, have the car? We do, and it is working. Not that we really want to go out in it in this weather. But it is working. We fixed it. It's been an expensive month, but that's okay. It happens. We did manage to recoup a lot of the funds and I have been on the phone for like a month straight. I am emotionally I am done. No more phone calls. I'm not even someone who has a particular like issue with phone calls, but it's just like when it's one after the other and they're all really not fun. It builds up, doesn't it? Like, but then again, I would rather do it because you know, I don't have any particular issue with making phone calls. And I'm also quite a blunt person, which if you're in, I guess, the situation of being scammed, then that's maybe not the worst thing. The only thing that I had to keep checking is like, what am I not allowed to say? What am I not allowed to say? Let me check that ahead of time and then make sure that I don't say it. But yeah, no, it is all sorted now. For those who weren't aware of the situation, we were sold a broken car. And then when we tried to refund it, they refused. So we've had to go to like authorities and go through all of that because obviously that's pretty bad, and that was all of our like that we'd saved for 6 months for that, like that was all of our money. So we have thankfully got most of it sorted. We didn't have to take it fully to court. We did have to do some stuff, but it was like could have been a lot worse. Like there's stages, and like we cut it off we sorted it at a relatively early stage. Also because we had so I am anyone who knows me online knows that I am pretty paranoid when it comes to receipts. So I was screenshotting everything from day one. So we had everything. I made sure I got everything in them in writing from the first day. And so we had their literal illegal activities in writing, which we submitted to the authorities. So it was actually not too difficult of a case because we had all the evidence. Obviously not everyone is in that position. I'm very fortunate that I am a paranoid person when it comes to paperwork, and I keep everything. Oh dear. But yeah, and I also ask for everything in paper, but there's two reasons for that. One is, you know, paranoia, but two is I forget things. I don't want to forget things. What if I forget something important? But yeah, it is sorted. When I see you, Shifty, I'll let you know who they are because they complied, they haven't had to shut down, which means they technically still exist, which means you could technically still buy a car from them. I'm not going to out them publicly on Twitch because that would cause me more problems, but I will tell you when I see you. I'm sure Shiny would tell you as well. Both me and Shiny are very much like, we are done. I don't think I've ever seen Shiny get that pissed off because Shiny's a very chill dude. It's just like, I swear. Oh my god. It was also, this actually comes back to some stuff we've talked about on Twitch before. So I handle a lot of the phone calls because I am quite good over the phone. Have worked over the phone. Like it's just like that I'm relatively good at. They refused to talk to me about the car. They were like, not in like, because it was my car as well, right? I'm there. But it was, sorry love, I don't think you'll understand this. As if I didn't work in car insurance, as if, you know, and like they talked to Shiny, but as soon as I was on it was, oh love, sorry sweetie, I don't think you're gonna get this. And you should have seen Shiny's face, because as soon as Shiny passed the phone to me, it was a totally different language. I don't think they realized they were on speakerphone, but like, yeah, it's that. So, but like I've literally worked with cars, so it's all just a stereotype, right? That women don't know shit about cars. No. Quite a few women work in cars, actually. I have been one of those women. So when you try to bullshit me about stuff, I'm going to call you out on it because it's like, I know that's not true. And then it's like, you really don't love. Sorry, love, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, do I not love? Do I not? Funny that. But you know what? Who's laughing? Honestly, no one. It's not a fun situation to be in, but like, definitely not them. They got reported to the authorities. Like, definitely not them, but also not us. And no one's really laughing. It's not a fun situation to be in when you're like fully scammed. I'm a man and I don't know shit about cars, just some casual sexism. Yeah, the only annoying thing is because the emails were all quite formal, I did ask for a lot of formal formats because you do need, if you're taking stuff to court, you need certain things in them. So I did ask for things in certain manners, but it does mean that unfortunately, we didn't have any of that to back us up because that was all over the phone, and we would have had to ask to record them. And since we were already trying to collect evidence, asking to record them would have made it really obvious what we were planning to do. So we had to, I couldn't do that, but it was very frustrating. And Shiny will back me up that they were assholes. I don't know shit about cars. Good morning. It's wet and windy. It is wet and windy. Stay safe, Bio. Shocking. I know, right? Cars are complicated death machines. I kind of agree with you. I am also absolute filth. What does your poo taste like? I don't know. I also don't want to know. Good morning, Robert. I hope you're doing well. I know about cars. They're four wheels most of the time. Well, they should always have a spare, but yeah. I don't know about like how to fix a car. I'm not on that side of things. I'm more on the legal and insurance and claims side of things. That's what I know about. I know about insurance, legal stuff to do with vehicles and claims, which thankfully, when it comes to like servicing vehicles, that's part of what I would have been trained in. So when they say things like, we don't check the keys, sorry guys, we don't check the batteries, do not, because to resell a vehicle as at the level that they were selling it as, you do actually need to check the vehicle before you resell it. Otherwise, that's not legal. My dude, you cannot not check the keys. you cannot not check the battery. And the whole, oh, no garage really does that, doesn't work when you're doing something actually illegal. Ay. Not to mention the fact that in the UK, if you do purchase on remote sales, you are legally required to have at least a 14-day refund on any remote sale, which does also include vehicles. It's this 14-day cooling off period. There doesn't need to be anything wrong with it, but within 14 days you are legally able to get a refund. The only thing is you have to bring it back to the seller or something like that. Which for a car would be more expensive, but generally it means that within the first 40 days you can always get a refund. So the fact that they completely refused to refund us, and then we had to take it down to 40 because of the time loss, it's actually ended up being worse for them though, because they've had to pay more. I don't know why they did that. I mean, it's fine. It's better for us, but whatever. It's fine. I don't think they expected anyone to follow it up as far as we did, but like we just don't have, like, sure, if you have lots of disposable income, fair, but like we don't, so of course we're going to follow it up. We don't have the money for just buying a broken car. Oh my god. Dear, why are there no motor unicycles? There are. Oh, okay. Wait. Google monocycle. I will, actually. Thank you very much. I've only tried using a unicycle once and I wasn't very good at it. Oh. I think I've actually, so there's not the ones with the seat, but the ones where you just stand on it. I think I've actually seen those before. Like, not in person, but like in videos and stuff like that. They look terrifying, because I already think like the Segway style stuff is kind of scary. Like, that looks like that, but worse. Ooh, you'd have to have really good balance. Unicycles, you say? Yeah, unicycles. Oh, you mean the one wheel board? Yeah. It looks like almost something, so like you'd have in like a kid's playground, but like super high tech. Like, it seems like that kind of contraption where like you'll balance then fall off kind of thing. Thank you for the hick. Oh dear. Yeah, it's been a rough month, but we're out and we have a car now, and the car is nice and it works, and it's been fully checked over by a third party, so someone who wasn't involved, because having known that they hadn't done the legal limit, it was like, we'll just double check the rest of it as well, and it is fine. Everything else is fine. We have a vehicle, which is really good, because I did not want to walk to the doctor's to get my flu jab tomorrow. That is like a 45-minute walk there and back. Well, no, it's an hour and a half there and back, but it's like a 40-minute. No, it was the rain is so heavy. I will say on Thursday we'll see, because sometimes your arm gets a bit achy the day after. We might do something a bit chill that day. To be fair, the Stickman is not that not chill, but yeah, we'll see. Depends. I don't normally have a really bad reaction to the flu jab. Only the first time I ever had it was I a bit illy the next day, like, you know, like a slightly sore throat, stuffy nose kind of thing. I had that for like 2 days, I think, the first ever flu jab I had, and then since then my body's just like, whatever, put it in me, it's fine, I don't care. It's like completely given up on trying to fight it. Oh dear. I think they always say if you have like a strong reaction to jabs, that's a good thing, because your body's like immune response is kicking off. Mine's just given up, I think. It's like, yeah, whatever. Oh, good. I don't know if that's true though. I mean the one with the wheel around you. Oh yeah, I am seeing people sitting in them. They look a little bit more old-fashioned because a lot of them are in black and white, but I do see that one. I also don't think I have the balance for that, because that feels like a whole body balance thing. It does look fun though. You know what all these weird contraptions remind me of? When is the next float race? Because I used to love watching that. I don't remember what the name of it is, but if I put float race, I'm sure Google will know what I mean. Not rafty float. Like, Oh, what are they called? They're like float car. No. God, what are they called? I think it's Red Bull that does it normally. The what race? The float race. It's like when everyone makes like a float. Red Bull. No, it is Red Bull though. I think that hosts it. I do no, not a parade, a race. Red Bull Soapbox Derby. That's the one. I always call them floats, but Soapbox is the name, isn't it? Soapbox Derby. When's the next Soapbox Derby? I don't know why this came into my mind, but I would like to know when the next one is. I've always wanted to see that in person, to be fair. For anyone who's not aware of what it is, I actually, you know what, shall I just send you I'll send you this page and you can research a little bit, but I'll give you a brief explanation. It's like people make their own silly little vehicles, and like the range of silliness is quite dramatic, and they race them around like hay bales and like tires and stuff like that, and it's like whoever gets the quickest time wins. And we have them in the UK. I want to know when the next one in the UK. The Soapbox Derby UK. If I missed it this year, I guess I might have. Maybe. Let me see. Is there any in 2024 announced yet? Because now that we have a car, we can get to places. Let's see a couple. I don't know if this is what I'm thinking of though. God, there's some silly ones. Oh dear. Yeah, so basically, events. I'm on the wrong one, that's why. Red Bull Campus Clutch UK is from the 4th of September to the 5th of November, so that's ongoing. If you're in the Netherlands, yours is about to start, the Red Bull Mega Loop is about to start today. If you're in the Netherlands, it is time for your soapbox. Oh dear. Serbia's ends oh no, Serbia's already ended. Okay. I like how you have like the soapbox ones. Oh no, is that just the Mega Loop? That's not the soapbox though, one is it? No, that's something else. God damn it, I want just the soapbox. I only care about the soapboxes. Youth, welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. I'm looking for 2024 soapbox races. And I'm trying to find where they are. Oh, you can get early bird tickets for June 2024. That sounds about right. That sounds like right. I thought we'd way to the Netherlands for plants. You mean like the tulips? I have heard that's a big thing in the Netherlands, for sure. Like flying machines and jump into a harbour. Yeah, well that is one of them, but they also have like actual circuits where they don't like fly off. Oh, but you went to one of those. Oh, I bet that was fun. I bet that was fun. Oh dear, I do like that one as well, where people do make weird flying machines and just jump into the ocean. Yeah, and also for fun times, true. Yeah. How much is it? It's pretty cheap, but I have to get to Tunbridge Wells. I feel like it might be a fair distance from Wales. Oh, but there's a couple. Oh no, that's Tunbridge Wells as well. How much are the tickets? Oh, early bird for adult is like 12 quid. That's not bad. That's not awful. I might see if I can convince people to go to the Soapbox Derby with me next year. I was like, I want to go see them. I want to see all the silly contraptions. Tulips and massages, yeah. To be fair, I went to Amsterdam and I got tulips and massages. We went to TwitchCon, but then the day after TwitchCon, I had a full body massage. And I don't regret it at all. That was the best thing that I could have got done, I think. Because my body was aching after that. I was so tired. And yeah, it was great. 10 out of 10. And I saw the tulips on the big train. you go through the countryside. Oh, talking about actual tulips. Yeah. And actual massages also. Yeah. Oh dear. Shifty, can I convince you to go to the soapbox race? It's in June, so like it won't be so cold. Have you ever watched Soapbox, Shifty? Is that something you've ever done? Yeah, the big chat might be a good one to try. But it's in Tunbridge. Where's Tunbridge Wells? Sorry, geography is not my Tunbridge. Well, Tunbridge Wells. Well, where is that? If I go on maps. It's not near me, is it? Oh no. Oh no. It's all the way over there. Okay. Yeah, that's not really so super close to Wales. How long is the drive? 4 hours. Okay. Okay. I'm sure they have little hotels I could stay the night in, right? Maybe in Tunbridge, Wales? Oh dear. Yes, I'm convinced. Hell yeah! Who doesn't love Gizmos attractions? It's really fun. We used to watch it on television every year. Oh dear. I'd love to go, but I'm actually taking time off work to fly to. Ooh, amazing! Oh hell no! Listen, you're gonna have a great time. That's gonna be amazing. Kent? Oh, it's in Kent. Oh, I'd explain it. That is a while away. I've never watched it in person, it's also placed online though. We used to watch it on television when it happened. So there'd be some breaks obviously for setup and stuff like that. And every now and again they'd have to clean up the tracks. but it was always really fun. Nut, good morning. I hope you're doing right now. What are you talking about? Soapbox Derby. So Soapbox Derby is an event that happens around the world, to be fair, but it happens in the UK as well. And we televise ours, where basically people make little go-kart type contraptions. Like they kind of look like, a lot of them will look like parade floats, but they go kind of fast, and the idea is to get from one end of the race to the other end of the race in the quickest time possible, and it's like a really windy, bendy road. So they'll be like this, and there'll be like hay bales and obstacles, and sometimes there's like a ramp in the way, and your little contraption has to get from the start to the end. I also think it's downhill, the one they normally do. So there's like, even if you don't have the most motor power, you will go. Because it's down, so you're like trying to steer this massive like float tile thing. And it's a very silly sports event, but it's very fun, and like a lot of families take part. Sometimes schools and colleges do it, sometimes just like groups of friends will do it and be like, I'm making one, let's do it. So it's like not a serious competition, it's just very fun. It's kind of like cheese rolling. Like there are people that take it seriously and like go year after year, but most people just do it for the experience of giving it a go. Yeah, 4 hours isn't that bad. That's just a day trip. It's a lot of driving. I guess the wholesome report from last night's inspection is apparently you scored a minus. What? No, I was so good yesterday. We had so much representation. Last time I went to Kent, there was a landslide. What the hell? Yeah. Last time we went to Kent, I ended up blasting my music through someone else's car, and what was I playing? It was the story about the guy looking for the moon. It wasn't even just a proper song. It was the story of the guy looking for the moon. Oh dear. When I went to visit my ex in Kent, there were 2 mobility scooter shops next to each other. Never in my life have I seen that. Ooh. Yeah, that is unusual to have. They must be fighting. I thought cheese rolling was banned. No, cheese rolling happened this year. It might have been during the pandemic. Cheese rolling. When is it in? Because the season will be over for this year, but when is it next year? So next year you have in Gloucester they have the 27th of May next year is if you want to take part next year. 27th of May is the day. And it looks like it could be any time between 12 to 4 p.m. So midday to 4 p.m. But I think the main event is at 1 p.m. Which would normally be the men's race. Yeah. Odkins Nut Conflict. Yeah, that's the one. Sorry. That's like 3 podcast episodes. It'll fly by. I guess, yeah, it is a lot of it's on one road. I think it's too hot and too flat where I live for that. Yeah, you do kind of put for both soapbox and for cheese rolling. Well, cheese rolling's hill is particularly steep. I am interested. The thing is, I think I'd feel so anxious watching people take part that I don't know if I'd be a very good spectator for cheese rolling, but I would like to try it myself one day. But I also think Shiny would be the big mad if I threw myself. I'm already disabled. I don't know if I should throw myself down a hill. But I would like to take part one time. I will like just bum my way down, like I'll like bum scoot down the hill because I don't think there's any other way that I'm doing it. I will probably be one of the last people there, but at least I could say that I did it, you know? I might... May 27th. What is day of the week is May 27th next week? Because I'm curious. That could be at the same time as MCM. It is. It's the day after MCM next year, because MCM London is always the last weekend of May. We could hit MCM and then cheese roll on the way back. Since it's over, it's closer to London, right, than it is anything else. It's definitely closer to London than us, I think. Could. could hit MCM and then do some cheese rolling. At least it's that way around rather than the other way around, otherwise I'll break all my limbs before going to MCM. I live down the road from that hill. People really underestimate. Yeah, so there's actually there's a Netflix. If you live nearby, you might like it because you might see some areas that you know. There's a Netflix set of documentaries about unusual sports, and the very first in the list that they cover is cheese rolling, and they speak to previous winners, people that are trying to win again and stuff like that. But they get some really good shots from the top of the hill, which Google doesn't do. Google doesn't do that justice, but the Netflix show does, where they get like a proper like look down over the hill that you go down, and it is like it's so steep because from the bottom it just looks like a big hill, but when you're from the top it looks like a drop. I want a baguette, but I have no energy to get dressed and go outside. Have you got the ingredients to make baguette? Could you make bread? Is this on the table as an option? Oh god, I'm so tempted. Cheese rolling 2024 Cooper's Hill. Yeah, that's the one. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a pretty extreme sport. It doesn't sound like cheese rolling is extreme, but it is pretty extreme. I am so tempted. What to wear? England's weather can be unpredictable, which is fair. But this is the other thing to bear in mind. The reason they're saying that is because people literally come from all over the world to take part in this cheese rolling competition. Like, they've had winners from all over. So it's definitely not... It's become it's an event. People come from all over just to throw themselves down a hill. Arguably. So you have to let them know. English weather's really bad. Prepare yourself for a sunny morning or a rainy day. The hill is about a mile walk to the event across a field. Wear sturdy and comfortable shoes for walking across the field, up the hill and through the crowds. We scramble through the fields and trees past singing nettles, so you do want to have some cover then. There is no shelter if it rains. Make sure to have some waterproof clothing and sunscreen if that comes out. Pack your sunnies and some sunscreen. Don't forget an umbrella or a rain jacket. The event gets very crowded, and if you want to take photos or videos, take an extendable selfie stick. That's actually a very good idea. Cheese rolling's a free event. It's run by the local community, so you don't have to pay. Yeah, so they have the men's downhill race first, which is the big one. You are going to get a loud crowd and stuff like that. The cheese is 3 kilograms. You do not touch the cheese because it is going so fast that it will damage you if you touch it. So although it's cheese rolling as the event, you do not touch the cheese. It's dangerous. Yeah, you also have... Oh, I forget about this. They also have the uphill race where you have to climb the hill. And then you have women's downhill. I think they have a kids one sometimes, but I don't know if they still do that. And yes, there are often a lot of accidents. Oh, yeah, I heard about this. One of the event organizers ended up in A&E, which is Accident and Emergency in the UK. So the A&E department, because she tried to stop the cheese with her foot. And this cheese is going like 100 miles an hour. You do not touch the cheese. But yeah, one of the staff actually ended up in hospital once because they tried to stop the cheese. You don't touch the cheese. You leave the cheese. Oh dear. Oh, after the main events are finished, it's a public turn to give the hill a go. Now come the idiots. Yeah, the idiots race. There's no cheese, but if you're game, you can roll or throw yourself down the hill, and they'll keep the first aid team there for you. God, I really want to go. I want to do it so badly. I'm going to die, but man, that sounds so much fun. Ah dear. A single baguette, yes. And some injuries around that. Yeah, people a lot of dislocations. I think dislocations, broken wrists are the biggest ones. But like, obviously, the range of injuries are there. Like, it is, I think, one of the highest injury. Considering it has one event I think it has a few smaller events, but one main event a year. The amount of percentage of people that get injured is ridiculously high. One day they will stop it. I think within my lifetime they're going to stop cheese rolling as a health and safety issue, which means if I want to do cheese rolling, I have to get there quickly. What's sunnies? Sunglasses. Ah dear. Cheese! Jason, damn, that's some supernatural shonen cheese. Yeah, you do not touch the cheese. The cheese is danger. Also, Paper, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope the rest of your DBD matches went well yesterday. There was an amazing Turkish bakery in my road that used to get bread from all the time, but now people took a couple of years ago. Oh, it's nowhere near as good. It does kind of suck. You could roll your own cheese. You could, I think actually though you wouldn't be allowed, because they don't want things flying down the hill because there is a crowd. And so if things go, it could get quite dangerous, like if things roll into the crowd, because I think there's a barrier at the bottom, but there aren't barriers along the sides. So I don't think people really want you rolling your own stuff down the hill because yeah, if it hits someone, because you have to bear in mind, it is so steep that it is going so fast. Weren't people like breaking their necks? I don't know if anyone's ever died. Has anyone ever died during, I will check. Has anyone ever died during cheese rolling? I don't know if this is the best way of putting it. No one has ever been killed at the cheese roll. There's been some stories about it from centuries ago, because this is an old sport, but as far as there is no evidence that anyone has ever died. Although, you're not gonna believe this, there was actually a pretty intense incident one time where 4 adults and 4 children were all zapped by lightning during a thunderstorm in the cheese roll of 1982. Out of all the injuries, like 4 children and 4 adults all got struck by lightning at one cheese rolling event. Oh my god, cheese grommet. Cheese, 5k follower event. I take you cheese rolling. Let me just break my GoPro as I roll down the hill. Oh my god, that would be a hell of a thing to film for Twitch though. I wouldn't be against it, but I probably wouldn't. I'd probably have Shiny hold it at the bottom, and I probably wouldn't take you down with me for fear of breaking all of my equipment. I'm curious if you ever got framed for murder with what the judge's reaction to your search history would be. I think it'd be fine. All of them, yeah, they all of them, 8 different lightning rounds. Let me have a little look, because it doesn't give me a whole lot of. Also, I will say, okay. No, it doesn't say. It just says that it didn't stop the race. Like 8 people were struck by lightning and they kept going. This is why I'm like, I gotta get on it quickly, because one year they're gonna cancel this thing and I'm never gonna get a chance to do it again. Apparently a lot of people take a lot of alcohol before doing it just to get over the fear because it is so steep. Someone once won while wearing a jockstrap and nothing else. Fair? I've got a lot of trivia here. It's a 70-degree angle. Yeah. So if you imagine 90 degrees would be this, 70 degrees would be like that. It's really steep. Oh my god, Leadman! Welcome on in. You've caught us talking about cheese rolling again. How are you doing? I hope you had a good stream. What did you get up to? Oh dear, welcome on in everyone. How was your stream? What was on the table today? Chewy, good morning, and Space, good morning. Scotty, good morning. Smurf. Shifty, you were already here. You can't fool me. Dear. Bricken, welcome on in. And Pix, welcome on in. And Cooper, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Dear. And Catholic and Ledman himself, of course. Welcome on in. And thank you so much for the follows, Jang, Pix, Chewy, Scotty, and Bricken. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. And Magnus, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the hydrate. Welcome in. How familiar are all of you with cheese rolling? Cheese rolling is a sport in the UK. It happens one main event a year where people throw themselves down a hill chasing a cheese. It's a very, very dangerous sport, as we were just going over. I've just got some trivia on one screen, but it's about a 70-degree angle, so as you can imagine, it's a very steep hill. And we were just checking to see if anyone had ever died doing cheese rolling, and the answer is not on record. But at one event in 1982, 8 people got struck by lightning, and they still didn't cancel the event. They were all fine, they all survived. But 8 people got struck by lightning at one cheese rolling event. And Mint, good morning and thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. And thank you for the luck, Shifty. Good luck with work. I hope that it goes well. You've watched our television? There is a Netflix documentary which has some really good stuff about it. It's really cool. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Led. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. Oh, dear. Obviously, if you do need to nip off and get some food or look after yourself post-stream, you're more than welcome to. If you want to join our discussion about cheese rolling and why we should all be doing it, you're more than welcome. We're very serious about cheese rolling. Well, this is the thing, though. the more you look into cheese rolling, the more dangerous it seems, which means it really is a ticking time bomb. If you want to take part in cheese rolling, I'd be honest, I think they're going to shut it down for health and safety reasons. I think pretty soon we are not going to have the option to go to cheese rolling anymore. And it's in May next year. And I'm just like, well, if I, just throw myself down the hill once, then I've done it. Also, Corey, thank you for the follow. I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly, but at the bottom of the hill, they have an actual rugby. Yeah, they do. Oh my god, Solidaire! Oops, honestly fair. Oops. Oops. Thank you so much for the 3 months. Welcome on in. Elsa, hi. Welcome to Cheese Rolling. You were telling about Boobtober? Actually, that's a good segue. If you are a streamer that is already taking part in Boobtober and you know that you're doing the raid train, I posted some stuff this morning, which is basically that we have a few gaps in the raid train right now that will guarantee multiple raids. If you haven't put your time in yet, or if you're looking to take up any extra time, have a little look to see if any of those slots are a good one for you, because I think all of them guarantee at least 2 raids right now, unless lots of other people take part. So there's some good spots right now as a streamer. Also, Builds, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sure Ledman has already given you the rundown of what Boobtober is, but for anyone new here, Boobtober is an event that I started 3 years ago. It raises money for breast cancer awareness, specifically BCRF, which is the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. We do that one because it is a worldwide organization that basically helps breast cancer everywhere, because it is the people that are researching cures, preventatives, earlier detection, stuff like that. They're the people working on all the sciencey stuff, and they have made some pretty big breakthroughs, which means that breast cancer is getting safer and safer by the year. But hopefully one day we are hoping for an actual cure or a preventative or something like that, and BCRF is working towards that. And again, because they're a worldwide charity, everyone worldwide feels the benefits of their research. Ah dear. Would you cosplay as a cheese whale? I think that'd be dangerous because then no one would catch me at the bottom. They haven't shut it yet. It's never going to happen. People protest it every single year. Like, there is always a group of people protesting saying how dangerous it is. And like, they're not wrong. It is dangerous. But like, I think what it will take is like somebody getting quite seriously injured or maybe dying, and then they'll stop it. But until then, yeah, I think they'll keep going. Adds cheese rolling to the bucket list? Yeah! So if you're interested in cheese rolling and you want more of a good... what is it called? It's a Netflix documentary about the weird sports. Weird Sports Net... If you have Netflix, I guess. Or if you have somebody else's Netflix. We Are the Champions. It's called We Are the Champions. They actually, yeah, I can get you here. There you go. I don't know if you can see this via your Netflix, but I can put it in chat for you. It's We Are the Champions. The first We Are the Champions from season 1 is the one about cheese rolling. If you want like a really in-depth view of it, I think, to be honest, it just made me want to do it more. It's just loopy enough in the UK to keep this cheese on rolling. But yeah, you're right. They have like a rugby team at the bottom. They have a team of first aiders, police, and also ambulance crew, all at the bottom to make sure everyone is as safe as possible. Oh dear. Oh, Ledman, are you still live? Good on you. Thank you, Corey. Very cool. We've all done it at least once. You have to be careful. What if you'd put your feet on stream or something like that? Dangerous. Boobtober, I like the sound of it. Yeah, so Boobtober is a way that we get people interested, and it's a mixture of boob and October. Like boobs in October, Boobtober. It is clickbaity because it's got boob in it, and this is Twitch, but it works. It's clickbaity for a good cause, because listen, we're talking about breast cancer, and since anyone can be affected by breast cancer, because men get it as well, it's useful for everyone to know. So we reel you in with boobs, and then hopefully you leave with a little bit more information about breast cancer. Yes. And some of us spread the word. Exactly, so if you spread the word about male breast cancer. And Space, good morning, I hope you're doing well. The combination of conversations is certainly something. Boobs and cheese. And honestly, you could probably describe that as my channel, is boobs, cheese, sometimes sewing. Even if it does get bad, considering how humans just are. Oh yeah, I think people would still get together and throw themselves down the hill. They'll have to actually cordon it off, I think. And even then, there's cheese rolling Doko. No way, yeah, there is cheese rolling. So cheese rolling is a real sport. It's next year, it's on the 27th of May. So 27th of May, 2024, if you are interested. It's in Gloucester, it's on Cooper's Hill. People from all around the world go and take part, and also to watch. It's quite a spectacle. It will be busy. If you are planning to go, I would recommend booking a little ahead of time, because it gets huge crowds every year. Yeah, I remember some really sad articles in the newspaper 2020 they couldn't host it because of the restrictions. Yeah, they could, and we've actually just been going over some oh, Katamari, hello, we love you, but a little little chill, because otherwise I'm gonna get very distracted. We were actually just going over, when you guys popped in, some trivia, and one of the most interesting bits is that, yeah, 8 people were struck by lightning one year, and they still did the event. So, like, they really do have the, whatever happens, the cheese is gonna roll down that hill. Yeah, it's something. Oh yeah, bystanders, if you go as a part of the crowd, this is actually a really good point. You are also at risk. So bystanders have been hurt many times during this race, so you don't even have to take part to get hurt. Bystanders have been hurt by out of control runners and the cheese. And as we mentioned earlier, some of the staff have been sent to accident and emergency because of hitting the cheese, which is going at like hundreds of miles an hour. Oh dear. I like how your whisper voice was louder than you. Oh yeah, always. I'm British. What do you expect? Oh dear. Cheese rolling is nuts. Banned for safety reasons, and it happens underground because more injuries. Yeah, it's about the limit of my knowledge. It's not banned at the moment. You can still run it. People protest it every year, but it is not banned, and they have a full website talking to you about next year's event. So don't worry. It's not illegal. Not yet. Soon. Eventually it probably will be, but right now it's a legal event you can go take part in. Oh dear, the atmosphere was electric that year. Oh, I bet, yeah, it was all the... You can bystanders? Yeah, runners. I've seen a different event to you. Yeah, tumblers would maybe be the better way, but like, bystanders and tumblers. Oh dear. In 1997, 37 people were injured, and that included 7 spectators. Considering this is an event, like the percentage of people that get injured every year is just... astronomical. I am going to pick this up, by the way, for anyone who's popping in. We are at the moment celebrating 4,000 followers, and we're doing a stickman for every single follower. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just embroidering stickman after stickman after stickman. I still want to talk about cheese. I just probably should get on with some work. Yeah, we have... Oh my god, yes. Ooh. Oh my god, in 1990 they had 22 casualties, but that included a 59-year-old grandma who got knocked out by the cheese. She's fine, but she was fine, but she did get knocked out by the cheese. Could you imagine? But somebody went back next year. I mean, yeah, it seems like it's a thrill. Banned 1 year, brought back for basic. Yeah, it was banned for social distancing safety reasons, not for anything else, I think. So it's, yeah, not for being struck by lightning or for knocking out grandmas, you know, normal things. No, so other reasons it was banned for 2 years, maybe 1 year or 2 years. Oh dear, God. This is the other thing. This hill is quite a big hill, and there are steeper parts than others. 1 year, an unfortunate runner tripped while trying to dodge the cheese and fell 100 foot down the hill. 100 foot. They were all right, don't worry, they lived. But 100 foot. Tax money went into the medical care for these people. I mean, you're not wrong. I love that the fan of on the hill is like fighting them even before you hit people's homes. Yeah, it's so close. That's why they put the barrier up. You can normally, when you watch the broadcast of it, because they don't show the cheese hitting the barrier, but you can hear it. Oh dear. I was wondering if we'd make the hate channel before you picked up the stickman. Sorry, we might do. We might do. I'm terrible with this sort of thing. Oh dear, but we got there, we got there. I remembered what I was doing. Probably gonna hell what's the This would have been in 1990, so I don't know if it was broadcasted at that point, because there was a fair period of time where it was a little bit more underground because people didn't really know about it so much, whereas now it gets broadcast. You can watch the cheese rolling. I think they are a bit careful about it because due to the extent of injuries people get regularly during cheese rolling, they don't really want to broadcast that. It's quite upsetting. I remember one winner had dislocated her collarbone and her shoulder, and it was like bent behind her, and she still stood up with the cheese. Horrifying. Actually horrifying to look at. And I don't think the BBC wants to like broadcast stuff like that too often. Oh dear. Rural myth, maybe back. Maybe. There was the rural myth of somebody dying, and that wasn't true. Yeah. People made a myth about it, though. But there is a chance, because it is an older event, it is a chance there have been historic fatalities, but nothing on record. So it's not impossible, but we wouldn't know. The 2021 is someone still a ceremony of baby fell down the hill. Yes, very important, Cora, very important. We need that. The little baby bell. You need to sew with cheese barrel if there was stickmen to run after. To be fair, people do dress up to do the cheese rolling, and I'm wondering if that's actually a strategy to give you like a bit of extra padding. But on Aussie TV, has it? They don't care. They're like, let's show these weird British people throwing themselves down the hill. Although to be fair, again, a lot of people from outside now also do it. DJ happens in Cheddar. It doesn't happen in Cheddar. It happens in Gloucester. And it happens on Cooper's Hill in Gloucester, specifically, if you want to look it up. Also, good morning, Sodium. I thought you literally meant underground. It took me a minute. Yeah, to underground cheese. I think that would be kind of boring, though. Like, where would the speed be? Like, I want to see that cheese hurtling down the hill. And so if it's not hurtling down the hill, is this even a cheese rolling event? Go one of those Zorb things? I don't know if you'd be allowed to. You'd have to double check with the organizers because it's 70 degrees down, right? Like that, you might be a bit too out of control in a Zorb. You might be okay, but I do fear for the people on the other end of you, you know? The people that are catching you as you go down, because I don't know how you would stop yourself. The cheese is its own Zorb. I mean, I can get a clip of this up if anyone has not seen it and would like to. We have watched clips of cheese rolling on stream before. I'm a bit careful with it because, like, I obviously don't want to show injuries on Twitch, but we have a history of watching this. Cheese rolling. Which ones have I watched before? Because whichever ones I've watched before probably... Oh, I think I actually watched this one. Or we could watch the Daily Mail one. The Daily Mail one will probably be safe because I don't think they can show injuries. 2 seconds. Let me just drag this here, pop that here. I'm going to keep playing the Katamari music because honestly, Katamari is all about rolling as well. If I go to... Is it this one? Yeah. Maybe a bit of an annoying, but yeah, there you go. Oh wait, did you miss the cheese? Oh no, you just don't get to see the cheese in that particular clip. Well, no, that's not true because you don't actually want to catch the wheel of cheese. This is the women's event. I think this person out front here, I don't remember if they are actually... Yeah. This person's won it multiple times. They might have the record for the most female wins, if memory serves. They're very good. That'd be me. Just, like, bumming my way down. Yep. Yeah, that'd be me, right here. Oh, yeah, they did win, but they are also... Oh, yeah! I remember that year. They won, but at what cost? And they win the cheese. Yes, that is the prize. Oh, good. Wow, look at... Whoa! Oh, yeah. We're gonna pause this here. Just in case. Just in case. I don't want to show any blood or gore is the thing, because you have to be a bit careful about that sort of thing on Twitch. But there you are. That's what it looks like. In case anyone was worried. No that many people's spirits left their body. Oh yeah, I bet so many people are winded as well. Yeah. Some steep caves out there for the underground cheesing. I mean, maybe underground cheesing. I wish I could stay, but I need to get back. Oh no, you're fine. Oh, you posted like new. Let's have a look. See at the Discord. A Pikachu stock! Oh my god. Amazing. That is a fantastic vial. It's so good as well. So smooth. Very nice. Just stalactites. Oh, true, yeah. Be careful of stalactites. Needs Benny Hill music. Kinda does. But yeah, you really don't get this steep. Like, because they always film from like a relatively safe distance. So normally from the bottom. And like off to the side, you really don't get how steep it is. Like, they really should, I think, scout the area ahead of time so that you get some shots of how steep that hill is, because there's a reason that none of them are running. It's because it's just too steep to run down. Like, it's not possible. Like, to get even a few steps is impressive on a hill like that. So yeah, it is hard. Cheese rolling is not an easy sport. That's not the worst part. There's also rabbit molehills. Yes. So like what some of the runners will do is actually like plot out where they exactly want to fall on the hill, and they'll be like, this is a good spot because there's a dip here and I can miss that so I don't get caught on it. And they'll literally like plot out where they're going to fall over when they run down the hill. It's madness. Dear Brick, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about cheese rolling. I don't know if you're familiar. It is a sport. Yeah, Ghost ordered a few of one I designed and sent me that. It's going on the Thunderbolt Blaster, which, yeah, just makes sense. Of course. For anyone who's wondering, Vile Mods is a Nerf blaster modder. So all of these are modifications that they use for Nerf blasters.
Fancy blasters.
Hell yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, no, I would be up for it. I think everyone I know would hate it if I went. But I'd be careful. I'd be careful. I would be scooting down. I wouldn't be throwing myself down the hill. I'd be going at the slowest pace possible. Yes. I think they do recommend having some like knee pads and stuff like that, don't they? Just so that you don't get like any impacted knee injuries. I wonder if anyone has Sparta kicked down the hill. That would be banned because you have to, because people do actually get ready to go down the hill and then back out last minute. If somebody pushed you down, I think that would be, well, because if you're not ready to go down, you could do serious injury. I think that would actually be illegal. I think it'd be illegal to push someone down that hill because I feel like that's like, that's like threatening murder. Like, you're gonna kill that poor person. Especially if they're not prepared, like, they're gonna be in danger. So yeah, I don't think you'd actually be allowed to. It's just a very similar color, we won't do that one. Yeah, we could do the green instead. Oh dear. Twitch ads are unavoidable. Yeah, we do initial ads, so as long as you don't, oh actually you're not gonna be able to hear me anyway. We do the pre-roll ads because that way you don't have any ads midway through. So like, you know, when we're talking about cheese rolling, at least you don't know what the subject of the conversation is before you came in. You know, I think as many streamers do, you have a long think about what kind of ads are better for you. And I would rather that my regulars have less ads because most people here are not subscribed, makes sense. I would rather regulars have less ads. So we only have the morning one. And that way, or the morning one, the opening one. And then that means as long as you don't have to refresh, you should not receive another ad on this channel, which is, I think, a lot better as a viewer. It works well if you have like a lot of subs in your channel, if you're doing a subathon and you have loads of people subbing, yeah, fair enough. Mid-roll ads could be really good for your community. But I'll be honest, I hate them. I am very, very anti mid-roll ads. For my channel, not for others. Whatever you do, you make your bag, you're all good. But for this community, it makes literally no sense to have mid-roll ads. Oh no. William wants to be proud of that site, but not really. Rolling in his grave. But you know, what he's not doing is rolling down the cheese hill. And unless you're rolling down the cheese hill, I don't think you get a say. Oh dear. They're avoidable, just pay money. Oh, that is true, yeah. They are technically avoidable. If you want to give me your sweet, sweet dollar. I don't recommend it, but you can. Give me that sweet, sweet money. And I'll spend it on all of the injuries I inevitably get doing the cheese rolling. Oh dear. Good off knowing all the context. Yeah, exactly. If you suddenly had to dip for like a minute and you didn't get any context during that minute, like, man. Oh dear. That would be so confusing. We move at a mile a minute, you know? There is context. I thought the stream is consciousness. I mean, kind of true. Yeah, I don't like them or ads in general, yeah. You have to work out what's best for your channel in particular. I can't remember how I set my ads up. I might have to have a look at them. Like, again, there are some people who, especially if you have a higher percentage of subs, or like sub people in your channel, mid-roll ads can be good because then, you know, you don't really find too much issue with them for most of your community. But I mean, my community, I think it would be a big detriment. And the thought process is like, if someone is interested in what you're doing, they'll normally sit through 30 seconds of ads, right? And then if that means that they don't get another ad for like the rest of the stream, it gives me a really good chance to talk to them and see if they want to stay. Because like a lot of people are gonna come in and be like, this crazy lady's talking about cheese again. I don't want to stay here. I'm lactose intolerant. Screw this. And then they're gonna get out. That's fair. And then you have wasted your time. But if you do enjoy your stay, then you haven't wasted your time. Get them while they're cheap, folks. I don't know. I spend all that money on my injuries. What was it? I have like a sub goal. It's not even going to be to get me to cheese rolling. It's to pay for all of the medical expenses afterwards. It's just when it's the same time. Yeah, I've been having, I'll be honest, I don't mind ads, but what really bothers me about Twitch ads is that they're all at different volume levels. So if you're like late at night watching Twitch, and like you don't want to wake anyone up, and then one ad's like, hello everybody, please buy my product, and then the next ad's like, hello everyone. It's like, oh my god, I wish they normalized the like it makes sense that ads and streams are going to be different volumes because everyone has their setup differently, but I really wish they normalized the ad volume, because my god, some of the ads are so expensive. That sweet Monet, yeah. To get the road ban of the soap. Oh god, yeah, and well, I'm not gonna take part in soapbox though, because I don't have like I don't really have the knowledge, I think, to make a soapbox. Soapbox, by the way, is another really fun sport, which is I think a little less dangerous. Oh. Wait, jeans for 3 months? Are you sure? You know we're gonna have like 10 more conversations about cheese during that time. Are you sure? Thank you so much. That's very heckin' kind of you. Oh my god. Heck. Thank you so much. Hell. Oh, having ads on a button you hit during bio breaks is good. Yeah, I just don't pee that often. And like, it would be good if I peed more, but like, I don't know. I get excited and then I just lose the need. Free medical care. We do get free medical care, to be fair. But like, it's slow. But we do get free medical care. Hey Jenny, can I drop you a DM on Discord? Yes. And you can tell me not to read it, but I might. I won't read it aloud though, promise. I'll keep it quiet. Leaks DMs live on stream. Oh dear. This is for your cheat. Oh, thank you for my cheese brain injury fund. Could you imagine? Like everyone, like people have sub goal for like stream equipment. We have sub goal for I'm going to throw myself down a hill. And it's, oh bless, thank you Jeans. That's very heckin' kind of you. I usually get a Scottish ad, drive like a nana's in the car, and it's a drunk driving ad. I don't think I've ever had that. I'm still getting the Far Cry ones though. I've been getting those Far Cry ones for the longest time. Like, oh my god. And that's one of the really loud ones. I won't leak it. I won't leak it. It's fine. Oh dear. It's not always volume. It's always like the dynamics of perceived volume. Oh, maybe it's that. It feels like some of them are so much louder, but it could be that, yeah. I had a medical invoice for 2 million. Come to the UK. Come to Europe. It's promise. It's things are not perfect over here, but we're not charging you 2 million for medical services. Are you Wallace and Gromit? Both. Yeah, like stacked, like in a trench coat. Have you checked out Tom Scott's recent video about the lot? No, I haven't. Have they really? Have they done that? Oh my god, wait. Really? I keep getting the Far Cry ones, same, over and over again. Also, the greatest storyteller can do this, and that. But the greatest, oh my god, the greatest storyteller, I get that one over and over again as well. And I've had that one for a really long time. Like, I keep thinking it must be nearly over, but it's not. The greatest storyteller. I don't drive, but Twitch thinks I drunk drive. I haven't had any drunk driving ones. And yeah, but then FIFA, I also don't drive. Maybe Twitch identified me as someone who doesn't drive, but not you, sorry. You get stuck with that. That's kind of a sucky one as well, though, to get. I can't count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I need 2 more. I thought so. I'm doing 20 stickmen per hoop, so I'm trying to keep to that. Oh dear, and the WhatsApp. I haven't had any WhatsApp ones. Ooh. They don't think I have a phone either, which honestly I don't check my phone very often. So fair enough. Wait, Ledman, are you able to DM me? I've just suddenly realized I have tried to switch things recently, but I can't remember if Ledman can DM me. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh god. And now it's not a good, I have so, because I'm in streamer mode, everyone's just L. I don't know if that's L, is that Ledman or is this L at Ledman? I've got so many L's. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh wait, did I unthread my needle? Oh no. There's a drive like a Nan's in the car, whereas Nan is in the glove box thing. Oh god, that's kind of, what the hell? I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like drunk driving ads are important. There have been some pretty dramatic ones over previous years. Shifty, do you remember when in the, actually, and anyone in the UK, remember when the one we had, I think it was in Ireland, but it kind of went viral because it was the one where like a car barrels over a hill into a school field of children having a picnic or something? Remember that one? That was an intense one that they played on television. I have quite. Oh, that ad. Yeah, it went kind of viral because everyone was like, like, I get it, but you know, there are ways you talk about things, and that is a strong hand there. Oh, I see it. There you go. Thank you. So it is difficult to pick people out. It's like, oh my god, there's so many L's. Which L do I need? I remember that. Then it was banned. Yeah, I think it was a bit much. I think that was quite an upset. Like I get it, but people were either memeing on it or getting actually upset. Isn't that the point of it though? I think it is the point of it, but I also think having actual children as the issue is like, that's a bit traumatic. Oh dear. Hopefully though, we don't have anyone here that would consider drunk driving. I hope that we have a good community here who would never, we don't need those adverts because we weren't gonna do it anyway, right everyone? Right, all my fellow, we don't have a license people. Adverts drunk driving now, like go on, you'll be fine. Yeah, like you'll be fine. Like just once won't hurt, right? Yeah, they're advertising it. Oh dear. Oh, also, sorry, I did need to mention this earlier and I got distracted by soapboxes and cheese rolling and then the raid. But if you are also in the Boobtober Discord, we have had a very, very, very generous donation for a giveaway by the ever-talented Crackle33 on Twitch, who is a jewellery smith who does custom pieces of jewellery. Often they're video game themed, but sometimes they're just honestly like stunningly pretty. And they mentioned, because I had invited them to the event, I was like, if you want to join, you'd be more than welcome, yada yada. And they were like, can't this year. And it's like, that's fair. We do get that a lot. A lot of people are very busy. And so I was like, yeah, that's fair. You know, not expecting anything else of it. And then they were like, can I contribute something anyway? Would you mind? Could I contribute like a giveaway or something like that? The what? It's called Boobtober. And I was like, oh, I mean, that's very, very kind of you. You're more than welcome to. Expecting maybe one thing, they have donated 4 custom pieces of jewellery to the Boobtober event, and they are stunning, absolutely stunning. They are the most beautiful pieces of work. If you have an interest, they have earrings and 3 pendants. And they are so, so pretty. Exclamation mark Boobtober if you are not in the Boobtober Discord. And for anyone, again, who is new here, Boobtober, like October, but with boobs, yeah. So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We do an event called Boobtober. This is our 3rd year running it, where we raise money and awareness for breast cancer throughout the entire month of October. And it's all the money goes towards BCRF, which is the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, because the work they do affects everyone. They are a worldwide charity organization that work really hard for more preventative measures, hopefully one day a cure, but for now early detection and stuff like that. So it's similar to No Not November. I think No Not November has a bit more memeage to it, whereas this one is very much just as breast cancer. But I think, yeah, it's not quite the same, because that's more of a... There's a lot more memes around this one, whereas Boobtober is, we use clickbait for specifically raising money for charity. But this is our 3rd year running it, and it's the biggest year yet. Oh dear, so I'm very excited. Also, thank you for the hydrate the posture check. You know what? I will, and you know why? Because I just finished this hoop. Which means I'm no longer lying in my title, it is 380. Difference? No, nothing alike. No, because No Not November is also like a meme online, whereas, and I think what you're thinking of is Movember, maybe, because Movember has been one that's been used for charity for men's mental health, testicular and prostate cancer. All of those have fallen under Movember. No Not November is a little different. Yeah, because it's a meme. because it's a meme. Boobtober's not a meme. It's a funny word though. Yeah, I think you're thinking of Movember. Oh dear. Which is men's mental health, testicular and prostate cancer. Yeah. Also, Sodium, thank you for the follow, which we stand. All cancer sucks. I have never done, and there's a specific reason for this. One day I will do something for prostate and testicular cancer, but I have lost so many family to that disease that I am like, I need a break from that for a while. I need a cooling off period for that one. Boobtober I can talk about with a lot of enthusiasm without breaking down, whereas there are some charities it's like, I'd love to raise the money for you, but I need time. Oh dear. Oh dear. No November is not a charity thing, it's just a meme. No, it's the other way around, Duff. Some people use No Not November to do charity stuff, but it started out as a meme. Yeah, sorry. You're gonna do No Nut November? No. In November I'm going to do chill out and try not to explode November, because October's so goddamn busy for me. I'm use November as a nice cooling off period of just treat myself to nice food. November sounds pretty good. Maybe buy myself a cake in November. I like that event. Oh dear. Stock up on Christmas food early November, yeah. Even the buses in Sydney do November. November's a big one. One year I would like to do something for November, but I need some more time. I think that's the same thing. We've had a lot with breast cancer as well. A lot of people want to do stuff for breast cancer, but they need more time. And it's like, yeah, honestly, fair. I am there with you. Oh dear. November's a big deal. We love November. I also, though, do love that because, okay, we get this a lot and it really is quite frustrating, and obviously not from anyone here today, but like people saying, oh, you do all this stuff for breast cancer, why are you not doing stuff for testicular cancer? As if men don't get breast cancer, as if men's mental health, as if the mortality for men with breast cancer isn't so much higher than women because nobody talks about male breast cancer. Crazy. Yeah, Boobtober is not a woman's only event, and if anything, if you're a man and you're a streamer, take part in breast cancer events, because you can spread to your male community that they can also get breast cancer and help lower that mortality rate. So many men don't realize that they can get breast cancer. Yeah, exactly. Because many men don't realize, and because of that, they're less likely to take themselves to the doctor if they find something unusual. Not only that, men in general are less likely to take themselves to the doctor. So add that onto the fact that so many men don't know that breast cancer is a thing they can get. And it just means that you have an exceptionally high mortality rate for men comparatively to women. And women already have a high mortality rate. So the fact that it's even higher for men. So if you are a guy and you're like, oh, I'm not going to do breast cancer awareness, that's a women's event. Nah, it's not. We have people from all different backgrounds taking part. So we obviously have women taking part, we have men taking part, we have non-binary, transgender people, because anyone can get, and also all different ages as well, because anyone can get breast cancer at any age, of any gender. And because of that, it's important to spread awareness from everyone, because a lot of people are more likely to, receive that kind of information from people that they relate to. So men are more likely to listen to men, women are more likely to listen to women, non-binary people are more likely to listen to non-binary people. It's just a brain thing. You're more likely to listen to the information of someone who you associate with. And so we need people from all backgrounds, from all ages, from all genders, to take part in breast cancer awareness. And we need that more and more, because this should be information that's out there for people. Men shouldn't be unaware that they can get breast cancer. Why has that happened? And you can be part of the solution. You don't even need to raise money. Just let your, pop into stream one day and be like, men get breast cancer, goodbye. And then you can help. Even if you've had a full mastectomy, you can still get breast cancer. Transgender people who have had their breasts removed can still get breast cancer. No one is safe. It is a very nasty condition. You need the smallest amount of breast tissue to still get it. So it has nothing to do with your height, your weight, your age. Well, age actually does have a factor. You are more likely to get it as you get older. But the rest of it, you can still get it. Everyone can get it. Man yiddies. We love man boob here. We love man boob. We love woman boob. We love non-binary boob. All boob is good. I think most people can get on board with at least one kind of boob. There is a boob for everyone. We all like something. Dear, well, according to Twitch, I am chosen to take care of drunk driving. Yep, that's you. You'll be the drunk driver. No one is safe. We talk about breast cancer or your stream now? Yes. Yes, actually. Both. But yeah, no, we do breast cancer awareness stuff. For me, I always say, regardless of the size of your community, regardless of the size of your stream, if you can spread the message about what to look for breast cancer and encourage someone to go to the doctor, because we've talked about this before, but in my community, I have a very female-leaning community for Twitch, to be fair, so it is actually pretty close to 50-50. In my community, approximately 280 people will get breast cancer, statistically. I don't have a massive community on Twitch, and just in my community alone, you're looking at hundreds. That's how common it is. And so just people knowing the basics of what to look for breast cancer and feeling confident in taking themselves to the doctor with it. Because again, 99% of the time it won't be cancer, but for the 1% that it is, you need to go. And yeah, you can, just regardless of the size of your community, whether you have hundreds of thousands of followers or one follower, if you can spread to that one follower what to look for, you have the option of changing their life. If they are a woman, they have a 1 in 7 to 1 in 8 chance of getting breast cancer. If they're a man, it is low. I think it's like 1 in 800. But still, like, you could still help them. And also, as a guy, you might notice something changing in your partner before they do. You can be the first, hey babes, what's that extra titty that you're growing there? Should we take you to the doctor? You know, you can be that person. Oh dear. So yes, not only can men get breast cancer themselves, it's also just useful because of how common it is in women to know what the symptoms are. Unless you're in a gay relationship, and then I really hope, I feel like out of everyone, you probably are the least likely, but I still hope, you know, it's still useful to know. It's still useful to know. And I would hope that everyone here would take themselves to the doctor if they found an unusual lump, patch of skin, any leaking from the nipple they're not expecting, as well as bleeding. I would hope that you would all take yourself to the doctor, you know? And if you don't, I'll ban you from this community. So, you know. And I'll put a ban note on them saying they're evading the doctor. Oh dear, you'll be my drunk driver. You'll be the drunk driver. Yeah, everyone needs a drunk driver. No, we don't. I'm lying. We don't need a drunk driver. Oh dear. Are we talking about breast cancer on your stream? Yeah. There's a booth for everyone. Okay, I'm staying here a while. Zombie, good morning. There is a booth for everyone. Everyone likes different things, but I think there's a booth out there for everyone. Why are the females in your leaning? I don't know. Would you like to lean with us? You can lean with us. We'll allow it. Drunk, but I'm designated drunk. You could be the designated drunk, Solitaire. I need someone to lean on. True. Have done that, may do again. I'm just thinking of your health. Noted. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. The only medical advice I will ever give you is go to the doctor. But I will tell you, if you come in my stream like, oh, interesting that you're talking about breast cancer, I just found a lump. Go to the doctor. I'll be honest, I've been to the doctor 3 times with lumps now. I've said this before and I'll say it during Boobtober. And none of them have been cancer, but all 3 of them have been different things, and we have had to deal with them differently. I'm not going to tell you what they were yet because I'm going to save those stories for in the middle of Boobtober, so you'll just have to wait and see. But I have had 3 different lumps. I actually had a lump during one of the Boobtobers, which was very stressful because we were talking about breast cancer and I was actively having to get checked in the middle of it. And I was like, I'm not going to tell anyone because that's kind of scary and stuff. But like, I'd leave stream, go to the doctors and have myself checked and stuff like that and have tests run and all that. That was a hecking time. But thankfully, it wasn't cancer. It was still a pain in the ass to deal with, to be honest. That one in particular made me really sick. But like, it wasn't cancer, but I was right to go to the doctors. That's the other thing is you can have cysts, which are normally like, hopefully they'd go away on their own, but there are actually other issues that can cause very similar looking stuff to cancer, which isn't cancer, but you might still need to get dealt with by a doctor. So really there's no excuse for not going to the doctors, because even if it's not cancer, you probably still need to go. Oh dear. I mean, a reason for wanting to, I'm just checking you for breast cancer, babes. Like, sorry, I'm just doing my due diligence, you know. Glad you're right. Yeah, thankfully everything was fine. I was very stressed out because I was worried I was gonna have to like take a big break from all the charity stuff, and I was like, ah, shoot. Imagine hosting an event and then leaving midway through. Oh my god, embarrassing. But thankfully everything turned out being okay. I have a couple little scars and I'm fine. Everything's good. Some little teeny baby scars. Oh dear. To be fair though, what I will say is I've had both male and female doctors look at my lumps, look at my little bits and bobs going on that I'm worried about, and it's fine. It's so medical. Like I was really, really embarrassed the first time, and then after the first experience I was like, oh, it's not embarrassing actually. Because I really was. The first person I ever had was a guy who checked me, and I was like really, really nervous. My lovely lady lumps, no, my shitty lady lumps, I hated them. Oh my god, they were all a pain in the ass. Well, actually one of them was really easy. The other 2 though were a pain in the ass. Nobody's calling them lovely. You know how many blood tests I had to have? They're not lovely, they're pain. Oh dear. But yeah, nah, they were incredibly, like, it's just, they're just wanting to make sure that it's not anything more dangerous, you know? And so like it's incredibly medical. They ask, like while they were doing mine, because they wanted to get me through as quickly as possible, a lot of doctors in the UK do, they were asking me questions while they were checking it, and so they were just going through like this, when did it appear, this, that, the other. And then afterwards, each time I was told, well, one time they said they wanted to do more tests, but they were told, no, I don't think it's anything dangerous. And it was either go home and if it's a cyst, it'll go away in a couple of weeks. If it's growing, come back in, but that should be fine. The other 2 times it was, we're gonna try you on a course of antibiotics and then see how that goes. And then one time I had to go to a surgeon. So it was a little different each time, but like manageable. My humps. My shitty extra lumps. Check them out. I do have some pictures. But I don't know if I'm allowed to show them on Twitch because they have a lot of armpit. But I can show you them, maybe during Boobtober. But like, I don't know. I don't know what the rules on like armpit are. They're just lumps. There's like nothing gory about them. But like, if you would like to see some lumps, I have some lump pictures. Arse lumps, not arse lumps, armpit lumps. Like I get the one of the times was under here, and I think there were 5, but only 4 show up on camera. So I had like 4 in there. Those are the ones that come up a lot though. That's HS, which obviously is a diagnosis for that now. But like, I have those. The one here I can't show you because it's on the boobs, and like the ones on the boobs I can't show you. But I could probably show you the armpit ones. I think. I just don't know what Twitch's policy is with stuff like that. I know that armpits can be like a fetish thing for some people, and I've been watching a lot of people get banned for less, to be honest. So I would be a little worried. It's definitely not sexy unless you like lumps, I guess. And then maybe it's sexy for like a very specific kind of person, but I don't think it's generally considered sexy. Oh dear. If it was a pain in the ass, they were huge lumps. Oh my god. Yeah, no, thankfully they were not so big. They were a pain to figure out though. Luckily my family has been cancer free so far. I'm hecking glad to hear it. I would hope that would be the prognosis for everyone long term eventually. But yes, obviously we're not quite at that future yet. There's a fetish for literally everything. Yeah, I know. The longer I spend on Twitch, the more fetishes that I learn about. Hiccuping is, I think, a fetish, right? Let me see. I'm gonna guess that it is, but I am gonna Google it because I'm wondering if it has a name. Also, I'm gonna get rid of the cheese rolling stuff for now because I don't think we need it. Hiccuping fetus? Oh, no thank you. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, okay, there's 2 though, because some people find other people's hiccups as sexy, but some people themselves like having the hiccups. I didn't even think of that. Like, oh yeah, some people enjoy that. That there was no fetish hiccup, but yeah, there's 2 other people's hiccups and also, but hiccuping yourself, which I didn't think of, because I'll be honest, I find hiccups to be exceptionally uncomfortable, right? As long as you move your clothes off stream, yeah. I mean, I don't make an effort to not remove clothing while live, you know? But it'd be the same for farts, really? I will say I find hiccups a lot more physically uncomfortable though. Like, I don't know. But maybe that's not the same for everyone. I do have quite violent hiccups, so maybe for me that's going to be one way, but it's a different thing for someone else. Because like, yeah, for me, I'm like, hiccups are pretty painful. Today I learned, welcome on in sleeves. Yeah, today you learned that I think we already know in this channel there is a fetish for everything. Hiccups with titties out. Why are we banning hiccups now? Well, someone got banned. Yeah, I remember. Okay, so this was on Twitch recently. They're doing fine. They're on Kick now or something. But they were wearing a shorter skirt with shorts underneath. But when they crossed their legs, it looked like you could see their pants, which was their shorts, but it looked like pants, and Twitch gave them a permanent ban for that. And it's like, okay, so that's just a lot of thigh, really. What can I actually show on Twitch? Because I am confused. Because and for a permanent ban as well for something that was probably an accident, I don't know. It's difficult to tell because I'm not a mod, and also like, you know, I wasn't there, but I feel like it's scary. I don't want to get banned. I love streaming on Twitch. But yeah, I want to try and be careful so as not to get in that position. I don't think it's necessarily always the streamer's fault, but like, yeah. Fetishes that they don't make any sense. Yeah. I find the idea of getting around for hiccups hilarious. Like, oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, fair enough, though. It's pretty harmless. As far as fetishes go, like, the only problem would be, I guess, is that you can't really give yourself hiccups on command. So maybe in a relationship, it'd be hard to use. But, yeah, it doesn't hurt anyone. Streamline Modful took his shirt off on stream. Well, I think men are allowed to take their shirt off. But not women, which makes sense because I'm also not allowed to take my shirt off in public either, whereas men are allowed to take their shirt off in public here. Like, there are men shirtless mowing the lawn on my street, right? Whereas if I did that, ugh, be terrible. Oh dear. Then again, I don't think that I would. I actually cover up pretty much head to toe when I'm doing the lawn mowing because I have grass allergy and it gives me eczema. So like, that wouldn't be me anyway. The real travesty would be my skin condition. It wouldn't even be me breaking the law. They banned a guy for that though. That's what makes me, oh, that's awful. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh yeah, would they have banned a guy for that? No. Like, guys are fine, women, no. Sometimes Twitch just doesn't like a streamer banned from the first chance they get. It's not always the case, but it has happened. It definitely feels like that. And as a streamer, it makes me afraid sometimes on this platform because I'm like, what if they don't like me and I just get banned? Because, you know, it would very much, like, my biggest achievement on Twitch very easily is Boobtober. It was an event that I started. We now have a full team. We've raised thousands for charity using it. And, like, you know, I started really on Twitch with my social media, so to go from that to that is like, it is quite easily the biggest achievement I've had, which means that if I did get banned, I would lose that. Like, I would lose that charity event that I spent years working on and building up to what it is now and stuff like that, and I would be really upsetting, you know. There's other things as well that I definitely miss out on, the community and stuff like that and all the people that I watch, but I think most of all, really, I'd be gutted to lose that after all the hard work and thousands of hours that I've put into, like, running it and hosting it, all of the stuff for it, getting in contact with everyone, making sure that I would be absolutely gutted. So like, I try pretty hard to not do anything that would accidentally get me banned, memes aside. Why are they mowing the lawn in the rain? True, someone needs to talk to those men and see if they're all right. Let me just do a quick check. Oh dear, it's a double standard. It is. Men mowing the lawn shirtless near you? Oh no, now I might actually have an incentive, but yeah, we have lots of shirtless men around. Like, even like the other week when we had the heat wave, just going down the shops, you'd see loads of shirtless guys. Oh dear, shameful bodies, shameful. Thing is, I think it's just like the whole double standard of it all. The thing that really annoys me, actually, can I tell you one rule that I really don't like on Twitch that I think that they should change? Underboob. You can have as much cleavage as you want on Twitch, but if you show underboob, that's a perma ban, I think. It's either like a temp ban or a perma ban, but it's something, right, where you can't show that. And like, what's the difference between cleavage and underboob, actually? Cough cough, as like actually a professional bra fitter, as someone who has their whole job for years has been boobs, like, what actually is the difference between underboob and cleavage? I'm sorry, I'm not computing. The only difference that I can think of is that you're not probably wearing a bra if you have underboob. Like, there's no difference. If you're allowed as much cleavage as you want, allow underboob. Oh dear. Best interest, so I doubt you'd be banned. True, I'd hope not. It is in the interest of everyone's boobs that the breast cancer awareness events are allowed to keep going. And yeah, we do clickbait them pretty hard. They've literally got boob in the title. But like, it is clickbaiting for a good cause, you know? Oh dear. The TOS says moving of clothing articles at all, which is stupid because it would literally mean you can't show yourself. Yeah, I've done that a few times. It's been like taking off my sweater. Yeah. Equal whites for equal underboobs. Yeah, I just don't understand what the difference between cleavage and underboob is. And I'm like a professional. like from one person to another, but I am actually a professional when it comes to boobs. Like, I have NHS training for fitting people with stuff because I do all of the breast cancer fittings and stuff like that. I am a boob professional here, right? Underboob. Is it really that different from cleavage? Because I think traditionally cleavage is seen as more sexy than underboob. Underboob's often seen as a mistake. And like, I guess the only difference would be that maybe it's easier to have a slip up, but like, clothing tape's a thing. I don't know. If I had to guess, it's what the imagination can do with it, but you can have as much cleavage as you want. You can have your tits boosted to the sun, like out here with as much cleavage as you want, right? You can have all of that, and that's fine. But you have even a sliver of underboob? I don't know. Self-report from Twitch, I think. Oh dear, what's your profession? My profession is boobs. You know, yeah, I am a boobologist. I am heavy into boobs. I was trained originally as a bra fitter, but then I went to go do extra training so that I could be someone who fitted people going through breast cancer. So I was a post-surgery fitter, someone who fits people who have had also enlargement and reduction. But I think I don't know if I really mentioned this, because everyone I spoke to was on the NHS. It was a lot more breast cancer than anything else, because sometimes enlargement and reduction can be difficult to get on the NHS. But yeah, we'd go into hospitals, we'd fit people who had just had surgery or about to have surgery, get them in their binding stuff, because you would need to drain for a while often after surgery. And yeah, getting all of that done. And then yeah, that was my job. I had to leave it now for health reasons, but like that was my job. And I did that for a long time, so I was very efficient. I was officially trained. I was also training other people. So I was part of the training course in Wales for training people with that. And yeah, I was pretty big into boobs. I think you'd struggle to find someone. I've seen so many boobs. I would be surprised if anyone in chat has seen as many boobs as I have. I'll make that as a strong statement. I don't think anyone in chat has seen as many titties as I have, because it was quite literally my job was, you know, every single day to help titties. You want to add confusion to the conversation of the category of bodybuilders, but this is the thing, and like, here's the thing, I think they're fine. Because that's, like, if you've ever seen body painting, that is kind of what you have to do. You would normally wear a cover for the nipples so that you have a smooth surface there anyway, but that is what body painting is. Like, if you allow body painting on Twitch, it's important that you allow that, so that's fine. In person or on a screen, in person predominantly, because I have seen, so I'm going to say yes, I've seen more boobs in person than I'm going to guess anybody else in this chat. And if somebody wants to fight me on that, we can go for it. We can calculate it. But I would be surprised if anyone had seen more boobs in person than I have in this community. Unless there's another person who's been a bra fitter for longer than me. But even then, because I also did training and stuff, I did so much for boobs. With boobs, it was like just my whole job for years. So unless there's anyone else who's held that job longer than me, I'm gonna make a solid guess that I might win that one. Yeah, you have me beat. Yeah. Saying it's in person, yeah. It's been tens of thousands of pairs of tits. Yep. I've seen at least 3, at least, yeah. We did calculate this at one point, because my average a day was 20 to 25. You would sometimes see others because you'd help them out, but they weren't, you know, paper ones. So let's say 20 to 25, 5 days a week. That's about 125 pairs of boobs-ish. Maybe let's say 120, because it's a bit easier for me. 120 pairs of, oh no, 125 is easier, isn't it? 125 a week, which would be on average about 500 a month, which means in a year I would see 6,000 boobs on average, and I worked there for 5 years, which means, yeah, around 25. I would probably see more than that, but I would work with around 25 people. So I think that's probably how I would do it. Because yeah, you would dip in and help other people, especially with more difficult, complicated cases, but I think 25 is probably a good average. Ah, dear. Tens of thousands of tits. You've since... Oh no, because we also got Bristol. We also covered Bristol Hospital and a couple of others on the coast. So we actually had English people as well. It wasn't just Wales. It was predominantly Wales, but it wasn't just Wales, because not so many people offer that service. Oh dear. Tens of thousands of pairs of tits, yes. Personally, I've only seen one that isn't my own set. Listen, any pair of tits is a good pair of tits to see. I would also say, like, man tits. Man tits are pretty good too. We like a good man boob. Whale tits is a massive pair of tits. Okay, so both English and Welsh tits, yeah. Yeah, we, also, like, training is in London, so any of the training tits would have been in London. London tits. Oh dear. Yeah, we'd all have to migrate from Wales every single time there was an event like that to go all the way to London. Can you tell someone's ethnicity via their tits? No. Tits vary a hell of a lot. Hell of a lot. There are not specific traits that I would put to specific ethnicities. Obviously, like, skin tone does have an effect on, like, nipple color and stuff like that. But even within that, dark-skinned people can have lighter nipples and darker nipples. Light-skinned people can have darker nipples and lighter nipples. It's like, really, there is a lot of difference and variety. It's not just one set thing. So depending on the person, they could look completely different. Also, like, nipple size, nipple position, like breast size, breast position, like whether they're outwards or inward. Like, it's not really an ethnicity thing. Sometimes it can be like more of a genetic thing with your family. Like, if your family all have big boobs, you are more likely to have big boobs. But it's not an ethnicity thing, really. That can happen anywhere. Ah, dear. Average whale size 6 foot. Bristol's or the euphemism for wholesome fun bags. Yeah, I need to get off my arse and start making up some bra pants. Wait, you make bras? Guys, I made, okay, so not last year, but the year before, we made a bra every single stream. I made 23 bras in October, and they were all like pop culture themed. So that we had like horror themed bras. We had like, so Scooby-Doo bra was pretty cool. We had a Pride bra. We had like all these random bras, and oh my god, it was so much fun. I do like making bras. It's fiddly at times, especially with all the foldy over stuff, but like, it do be kind of fun though. It's just a pain in the ass to get all the materials for it, because like, unless maybe outside of Wales, but in Wales, trying to get those materials is like, I had to order everything, which meant I had to order large amounts. In some ways it wasn't bad because I was printing a lot of my own mesh so that I had them like matchy for the themes, but like a lot of the time it was kind of a pain. Ah, dear, the more you know. It's common-ish joke. It's saucy 70s, yeah. Fun bags. Does a Scooby-Doo bra come with Scooby? It came... Okay, wait, I'll see if I get a picture of the Scooby-Doo bra. I think I printed the mesh for the Scooby-Doo bra. Where have I put all of my... Wait, cancel that. Where the hell have I put all of my boob stuff? Does anyone remember? That's not it. Where did I put it all? Where are the bras? God, this is gonna get very... boob... No, it's not Boobtober because I only just made that. Is it in stream things? Bra inspo against breast cancer. No, that's all of the problem is I have so much Boobtober stuff because I've run it for 3 years. Oh, is this a Scooby-Doo one? Oh, it's tiny. There it is. Not the best picture, but I gave it my best shot. As my Scooby-Doo one. We had a few different interesting ones. What were like the weird ones? Oh yeah, I made like a seamstress one with like really big clips. That was good. Oh, we did a strapless Uzumaki. That was cool. Oh, you want to see the cursed bra? Would you like to see a very, very cursed one? Look at this one. The picture's terrible, but I embroidered the face onto one of the cups. So it's just there. And then there was like rope at the bottom. That was a mad one. We did do some more standard ones, like just like some pretty ones and stuff like that. Like just some nice ones. We did a breast cancer themed one which had pouches in it for prosthesis and stuff like that. So we did that one. A seamstress bra, that one was pretty good. That had a really big band on it, and it had the massive clasps because I reused them from something else. The Mononoke one was kind of fun. I like that one. That was a pretty... That's a wireless one. We did a few wireless ones just specifically for breast cancer because, well, breast cancer, wireless, you know. Oh, you like a little balconette one. That one was cute. I like that one. That was nice. It was like a simple one. Oh yeah, we made an Aloy one, which I cannot wear because it's like the fabric is so painful, but like an Aloy one from Zero Dawn. We made a Garbodor one, didn't we? Yeah, the Garbodor one. I had to print the custom mesh for that, but that's got actual bin bag in that bra. But yeah, we did a lot of wacky bras. We made one every single day. I know. Discard. Yeah, that's fine, it's fine. When you said curse, I assumed like nails. No, the breast cancer was pretty. Thank you. Yeah, we tried to make some nice ones. There's also some stupid ones. Nobody Scooby ate them. No, nah, Scooby ate them. Yeah, Scooby ate them all. Booby-doo. Booby-doo. Yeah, that was a fun one. The main challenge was making one every single day because like making a bra in a day is very difficult and takes a really long time, but it was fun. We gave it a good shot. And then all of those were donated afterwards to be remade into proper bras. So do not worry, they were not wasted. I did not just waste loads of materials. They were donated afterwards. not made a bra in years, so I need to get back into it again. As a H2J cup, shopping is a nightmare. In the UK, Bravissimo is your best bet if you're looking for in-store. Bravissimo do actually hold a really good size range, even for smaller backs. But yeah, no, it is just harder to find bras at that size. As someone who was a fitter for many, many years, yeah. Bravissimo is always my go-to for people if you live in the UK. If you live outside the UK, I don't know, I'm sorry. But yeah. Also because the Bravissimo fitters are formally trained. That's the other thing. A lot of places you'll find people who are trained in-house, which is not always the best. Having like a proper training is important, and Bravissimo are very good fitters. Yeah. You might find inspiration for interesting bras with Destiny and Destiny 2. Probably would, honestly. Probably would. I'm not going to do any bras this year. This year we're making a breast cancer themed dress. We're going to be turning a dress from like a creamish color to pink. And I have lots of items. I have some of them up here. Although, oh yeah, I got my eyeballs, finally. They're all multicolored, but there are a lot of pinky purple ones in there. I have my eyeballs. I've got loads of like pink beads and charms and stuff like that. Then I'm going to have some paint, like fabric paint pens and stuff like that, so we can make it as pink as possible. That's the plan for what we're doing this year, as well as like quite a few collaborations and stuff like that. Stay. Oh dear. There we go. I'm not when Bravissimo closed. Boo! The fitters were always lovely. Yeah, I always recommend Bravissimo for larger chested ladies, even and especially because yeah, they do like a really good back variety. But if you don't have one near you, it kind of just sucks. Yeah, they're good in the UK. They're very good, actually. Honestly, I stand Bravissimo. If I was going to work in a regular bra fitters, I would probably try and work in Bravissimo. Out of all of them, has my seal of approval. They're very good. They really do train their fitters, and they're very easy to talk to. Yeah, they're really good. I really like them. Oh dear. So I've been a big fan of Bravissimo for the longest time because I am a 28 band, which is, if you've ever looked in a store in the UK, not the easiest, but Bravissimo do 28 bands up to like a H cup, and it's like, thank you. Which means that, you know, I still have to pay like a bit more than maybe some other people, but it's not like extortionate. So yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm also very boring, so that's perfect. Off the head, a Savathon bra would be cool. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Like, this is the thing, if you take up sewing, you can make anything. You want to make, like, what my goal was with a few of them were to make actually scary bras, with the idea that if somebody was like, you were having like, oh, I met you for the first time, we're having sexy time, amazing, amazing, but then you take off your like clothing and you have like terrifying faces on your tits. that was my goal with a few of them. Spooky tits for ruining the mood. Or for working out if they're truly the one, because if they're truly the one, I'm sure they will look past your terrifying titties. Oh dear. But yeah, we did a few of those, and they were really, really fun. It was a lot of hard work, and it was quite an expensive project. If you've ever tried to make a bra from scratch, you'll know that you have to buy a lot of materials. But it was worth it. It was fun. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I do need a hydrate. You're right. Where is my... Oh, there, it's right there. I was just like peering. Like, where is my tea? There we go. 3 of the nipple space. Yeah. Exactly. 3. Also, is it like Pirate Day or something? I keep getting a pop-up. What is this? It's Talk Like a Pirate Day! Oh, I had no idea! Wait, really? Is it that today? Guys, we might all be talking incorrectly because it might be Talk Like a Pirate Day. 2 seconds. I'm just gonna double check that that's true. Talk Yahar. It is Talk Like a Pirate Day. Well, yo-ho. Ahoy, mateys. Yar. Welcome to Ye Olde Stream, where we are embroidering stick mateys. Yes. Oh my god, if anyone is... any of ye are talking not like a pirate, be gone with yous, because it is Pirate Day. Dear. Dear. If ye David Cronenberg made the bras, yeah. Dear, one day I may learn all the stuff about cups. Like, oh, to be fair, making your own bras, it's useful to buy like some fitting packs the first time, because they won't fit. The oldie bras will not fit ye like the ye bras in the store. Ye will be a different size when making your own bras than ye would be normally. So yeah, it's worth to get some fitting kits or something, which you can normally get from places where you can buy bra supplies, just to make sure ye are getting the right size for ye. What's a pirate staple letter? Yar! Sounds Scottish. I don't think I can do a Scottish accent, unfortunately. I'm trying ye hardest. Are you having I'm trying! Think of the farmer pirate. I can do farmer. Yeah. Wait, you can do Somerset. You can do a Somerset accent, then you can do a farmer. Nah, matey, it be the sea! It be the sea, of course! Oh my god. How could he forget that? Terrible, terrible, terrible pirate. Oh dear. Oh dear. I need some good pirate phrases because I'm struggling to get into character. There are voices I can do. Why is it not talk like a goblin day? Then I'd be fine. Talk like a pirate day phrases. Our matey, brush up on your pirate speak. Yes. Ahoy, avast, yay, yay, batten down the hatches, booty bounty. Thank you. Dear, doubloons. Dead man tail, no tails. How can I fit this into Booptober? Oh dear. I don't think I can call this Wenchtober. That's not. Absolutely not. Oh dear. You're already a breast farmer. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Oh dear. I farm booba. Alright, this will be 10. Oh dear. Oh dear. Scallywags. I could call them stick scallywags. Oh dear. Pirate's one that I don't think I'd be very good at. If you want goblin or gremlin, I'm very good with those kind of voice. I could do like nasally stuff, but like anything that's like, yaha, me hearties a ho. Why are they called pirates though? Because they are! Yeah! Thank you for the pirate jokes. We need this. It is Talk Like a Pirate Day after all. We'll be a goblin pirate then. Do I have any piratey stuff? It's more my family's shtick. I don't really have any stuff like that, I don't think. Goblin pirate?
Yeah! Yeah-how! Ahoy! Today we are going to be embroidering the stick mateys. We are doing it in pirate speak, but also in goblin speak, because this is the only voice that I can go into quickly. I do not have the rider's range of vocals. Goblin these nuts, yo-ho! Ah!
There we are.
We keeps in the booty the treasure chests, cause your chests be a treasure! Yeah!
That's a good one. I like that one.
Your chest be a treasure. Let us protect it. Doing Booptober, where we raise money and awareness for breast cancers. We don't normally talk like a goblin nor a pirate, but we raise money for breast cancer, we spread awareness, we make sure everyone knows the signs to look out for, and we all have a jolly good time.
I put the electro blind on today and feel like, aww. Wait, is that picture? Wait 2 seconds, I need to get my needle in there so I can have a look at the picture. Oh, wait, lad, I never saw that. Oh. 2 seconds. It's lead being a sweet bean. Where's the K on my keyboard? There it is. There we go. Sorry about that, Led. I should have responded to that far quicker, especially because I knew I got distracted by tits and cheese. Where am I? There I am. Where's animals? There they are. Load, load, load. Oh, look at the stretch, the little stretch. Oh my god, too cute. My heart. A Somalian accent if you're feeling risky. Nah, I don't normally do accents of other. Like, I'll do British accents because I am British, but I don't normally do accents outside of that, except fantasy. Fantasy, yes. Ah, dear. It's a little hard with a Katamari in my head. I might do better without it, to be fair. Cheese on tits, your chests be booby traps. I kind of like that, yeah. You know what? Refer to the... It could be booby trap-tober. The K beswiss me, the J and the L. Yeah, the K is hard for touch typing. It's difficult. It's difficult. That's the problem, is that my keyboard, though, doesn't help me. All right, really quickly, you're going to get a really quick glance at this, and then I'm taking it away. But I'm going to show you the reason why I can't find it. It's because my keyboard looks like that. You can go back and check it, but I have to be careful because that is against TOS. So it doesn't say J or K or L. It just says, bleh. It was a gift from the community, and I will not say no to a gift. However, Kura said it is. A lot of fancy's version of Squadron for Audience because it is. It makes it very easy if you already have like a British accent to just like ramp it up a little bit. It's like Fable. Like everyone in Fable is like, oh, they're a little bit of all right. Ah, they're a little bit of all right, aren't they? It's like, oh my God, Fable, please. It's just like a normal accent ramped up to like 1,000. But it's great. I do like Fable. There's a little bit of all right then, chicken chaser. It's all that kind of stuff. Love it. Tracer. Yeah, Tracer's a good example. What's Tracer say? Ever get that feeling of deja vu? It's just like a really standard, like, but intense British accent. Yeah. It's like the standard, but ramped up. Oh, dear. It's just a risky taste of... Oh, is it? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with jokes. Do you have enough outfits need to go international? True, honestly. Hard truth. Second row above spacebar, in line with the back. Is that on an American keyboard? Because I have an American keyboard. Help. I don't have a Windows key either. I'm a little teeny tiny American keyboard. The cavalry's here! Yeah. They wanted to be Tracer, but I'm already Tracer. Well, how that going goes? Yeah, it's like, maybe I'll be Tracer. I'm already Tracer. What about Widowmaker? I'm already Widowmaker. It has a meme from like 10 years ago. Why do you have a US keyboard? Why are you asking me all these questions? I'm sorry, I made mistakes, okay? Don't judge me, I'm trying. Oh dear. When I get drunk, I'll go back because I think that Americans can't understand me anymore. I speak too fast. I think that's the issue. But that doesn't get worse or better when I'm drinking. That's just me in general. Some voice actors in British, I love hearing Americans do a British accent, to be fair. I think Dem does a really good impression of Bateman, where they're like, oh, it's me, I'm Bateman returns. Bateman doesn't sound anything like that, but it's very funny. Every time, oh, it's me, I'm Bateman. Bateman returns. I like to play Dead by Daylight with my friends. It's like, what accent is that? Where are they from? Where did Bateman Returns go and come back from? Oh my God. Actually, I decided that one is too light. I would like the darker pink. Thank you. Want to hear many British accents play Final Fantasy? Yeah, I had heard that. Also, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We are climbing to 400. I thought that I'd already hit 400, but I did a recount and I was 20 short, so... count to 400. I've been very distracted today in my defense. I'd say any speed too fast, too slow, they get used to it. Yeah. Cheers, love. Yeah. A lot of that. It's a lot of that, innit? Jelly does have a high world count per minute. Yeah, I talk kind of fast. It does make it easy to keep up with chat though, because I'm like, blah, 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 blah. 200. Oh yeah, 200 years old. Yeah. I guess many of our US ones are bad. No, they are not bad. I like them very much. I love a thick Southern accent. The other day I was in a Discord call with someone that had a really thick Southern accent and I was like, oh my God, so cute. I love it. It just makes me feel happy. Something about that accent just makes me smile. I don't know. It's like warming. Ah, dear. Do you have an orange stick person laying down? An orange stick person laying down, not in the current row, but maybe, this is gonna be the problem, is maybe in one of the like rolled up rows, but because they're all rolled up, I'm not sure. I can unroll it in a minute. Once we hit 400, I will be in a place where I can unroll it and we can check then. Not too bad, how's you? To be fair, you're slow to my brain, Jelly, so you can speed up with me if you want. Nah. I'm trying actually to slow down. I'm slower than when I started streaming, because obviously it's, you know, Twitch is a very international platform, and there will be people that will struggle at the speed that I naturally go at. So I have actually been slowing it down to try and make sure that I can talk to more people. Yes. Oh dear. Oh, Sky, thank you so much for the follow. That's very heckin' kind of you. Good luck with the heckin' bras. I hope they go well. I like making bras. I think it's fun. And the British folks doing US accents. Y'all. Howdy, y'all. I'm from America. Oh dear. To be fair, I have a good excuse because I was born American. Surprisingly, from my accent. I was born as an American citizen to an American family, but I have grown up in the UK. So, how dare you? That's betrayal of the highest type. How dare you? So yeah, if I will, you know, do a bad American accent, but then I'll be like, but I'm American though. I got a lovely Welsh accent. Nice. Hell yeah. Oh dear. Just a gabbler. It happens. I'm the opposite. Yeah, I like it when people talk slower, to be fair. I always think it's more relaxing to talk to people that talk slower than I do. Oh dear, my brain's having a slow day. I have a lot. Nice. Lots of tea. Very good. Oh dear. Why do you think Scottish people get attention but less attention? People are intrigued by the accent, but they don't stay because they can't understand us. We actually had, so my phone line is not always the best, to be fair, but like when I was dealing with, I think it was my warder, the lad that I was passed through to had a really thick Scottish accent. And then I just talk really fast, and there was so much, it got to a point where like it happened several times where they'd ask me to repeat myself, and I was like absolutely dying laughing because I couldn't understand them, they could understand me. The phone line was absolute hot garbage, and I was just trying to sort out my water bill. It was very funny. I don't know, I don't mind it. I don't mind if it takes a little bit longer, as long as the person on the other end isn't getting funky with me, and they weren't. They were being chill. We were both chill. We just couldn't understand each other at all. Slow and low, that's how I flow. I do like that. Yes, yes, yes. Low volume, I don't have a particular... See, I wish I had... I have a very in-between voice. My voice isn't that high-pitched, but it goes a lot because the more excited I get, the higher my voice is, so it goes up and down a lot. I kind of wish I either had, like, more of a cute, higher voice, like a more feminine voice, or if I had, like, a really, like, sultry, deep voice, but I am neither. Neither of those are my voice. My voice is this pickly in the middle of... I usually get the gist of a Scottish accent, but not over the phone. Yeah, phone does make everything harder, especially when it comes to like saying your postcode and your numbers and stuff like that. Remember the first phone for voice commands and stuff? Scotland is kind of... Yeah, I remember that! None of them could use it! They couldn't do the Alexa stuff. It's the timbre. Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have good timbre. I have actually been trying to practice my vocal stuff a little bit more, just so that it's more consistent on stream, but it's a very long process. Like, it's not something that happens overnight. But there is a conceded effort being made it. Oh dear, I can understand the words you're saying, but still don't understand you. It's an enigma. Why is she here? Why does she do these things? We'll never know. It's probably true. Where am I? 13. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To be fair, we were asking for weird shit. Yeah, I am what do you call it? A people pleaser. Yeah, a people pleaser. I'm really nice. Oh my god, I just want to please people. But also, I don't really have any limits. Like, there are times where I'll shut a conversation down if I don't think it's appropriate or if people are getting a bit too rowdy. But like 99% of the time, we do talk about whatever. It's not very common that I have to shut a conversation down, and it's normally due to specific circumstances. Like, whenever something big happens in the media, like... Unless it's like that I'm like, oh, this is going to be actively affecting a lot of people in this community, it's like, let's just not talk about it, it's not fun. But if I think it'll affect people, then sure. Oh, dear. I thought I had a deeper voice, and I was surprised when I heard a recording for the first time. I would say, I think you have a deeper voice than me, Red Sleeves. It's probably a bit closer to the like dark, sultry kind of tones I want to reach. You're further along in your voice journey than me. So remind me to wipe my arse. Yeah. I don't know. Said anything weird on here. Have you not, grab it? Is that so? Is that so? Okay. Okay. We lying today? I thought it was taught like a pirate day. I didn't think it was opposite day. It's always lower to yourself. It resonates in your skull. Yeah, my voice is also like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, yeah, you want to go up? I have great range, but nothing brilliant in any of those ranges. I can get pretty high, I can get pretty low, but I don't sit consistently in any of them. Which means it's like listening to like a wobbling, like a bird that wobbles. That's like me. I'm a wobbling bird. I do love this Cat Mario OST, it's so good. I heard a voice. Well, that changes the context if I misread that. I have a voice. It's a very voice. You have a pretty deep voice. Vile has a very deep voice. Vile, if you're looking for slow talking, dark, sultry terms, Vile is like probably what you're looking for. Slow talking, like very radio presenter-esque kind of voice. That's probably the vibe. Shifty has a very nice voice. Shifty is a smooth voice, but it's not as deep as Vile's. It's like a lighter, smooth voice. Oh dear, and they talk a little quicker than Vile as well. So I guess Shifty would be the middle. Check out IDEA, the International Statement of English Dialects. Ooh! Hell yeah! Accents from all around the world to play. I mean, that is true. We have a lot going on here for such a small island. Oh dear. It is very voice. Semi-falsetto. Consistently flirting with change point. Yeah, that could be me. That could be me. A semi-falsetto. I'm in the middle. I was flippity-floppity all over the place. You used to have vocal training, you know, so I'm wearing a crop top today, so I'm going to be continuously adjusting it, but I just wanted to be comfortable. Listen, we have days. I'm having a comfortable day. There's a storm going outside. We could lose internet at any moment, you know? Oh, dear. Pimping out your mods' voices. Actually, out of my mods, who does have that? It's got to be Vile has the deepest. Between Shifty and Dem. Dem can get pretty high-pitched, so I'm just fixing the music. Dem can get pretty high-pitched when they're agitated, but then so does Shifty. And so does most people, I think. I think that's just a normal people thing. Oh, dear. I can't go high in vocal range. I've got something you might find horrible and might make you cry. I had a pile of material cut and ready to sew, but something had leaked. I'm so sorry. I have had rusty pin situations before. That's hard. That's hard. I'm sorry, Chappie. Chappie, you didn't deserve that. And thank you for the hydrate sleeves. Accents change every 10 miles. They really do be. They do be. Oh dear. Oh. Yeah. Oh. I do like though in the UK you can kind of tell where people are from based on their accent. It's kind of fun. It's for such a small place. It's kind of fun. I mean, that's everywhere, I guess, in the world, but the UK is so small. Oh dear. But yeah, I don't love my accent, to be honest. I think most people don't like their own accent too much, but I live in Wales, and so none of the accents here are super similar to mine, and I really like that. It's nice not living in a space where all of the accents are the same as your own accent, especially if you don't like your own accent. So, happy days for me, at least. Oh, did you poke through the other side? Impressive, but don't do that. Oh, okay. I see how it is. You're gonna fight me? You're gonna fight me on this? How dare you? I'm in charge here. Oh, dear. I still make them. Fair enough. I get laughing, my life peaks in like every time I get pissed off with a real aggressive, low-sounding voice. I think I get higher the more pissed off I am, as well as the more excited I am. So if I'm getting high-pitched, it's a toss-up between really happy or really pissed off. Oh, that was a silent hiccup. Rusty pins sound like either a cocktail or something you should never ever go to. Mine's a weird mashup of an accent. I think mine probably is too, to be fair. Oh, it's not so silent, but it wasn't so loud either. It was a quiet little, reserved hiccup. Oh dear. I like when I hear when I talk, but not when I hear it back in the recording. Yeah, every now and again, because obviously like doing clips and stuff like that and sorting stuff out for Twitch, you do hear your own voice, and every single time I can't help but feel like I sound like a child. And I think it's because my voice changes so much, like throughout, it's like about it that really bothers me about my accent, and that like, I wish I sounded more mature. Yeah, and I think I'm going to have one of those voices that one day will just switch from whatever it is now to sounding like a grandma, and I don't think I'm gonna get very much in between. Ah, dear. In my city, you can tell they love their posh not here, are all said as posh people say here, ear, are all said as ear. Posh people say them here. Well, wait, how are they? Huh? wait, how are you suggesting I said huh? It sounds like you're hacking. A crafty guild, that me. A crafty guild. First off, it's not like I stop your ear off and it mildly inconvenience me. Is that a good thing? I feel like that's not a good thing, right? I don't know, do you like that? Oh dear. Then again, I don't really have any serious talks on Twitch, so maybe you don't really hear that side of my voice. Maybe if I talked more seriously. Here it's just like, get the heck over here, yeah. Oh dear, but I actually, at the same time, so I've had this conversation with people before, and I actually, it bothers me, and here's why. Let me like get a little deep and a little heavy for a second here. Like, let's get heavy and deep together, you know? But I really hate it when people assume people's wealth based on their accents, because it is exactly that kind of assumption that means that kids who sound like they should be posh do not get the same level of assistance from the government as kids that don't. Like, when it comes to like, oh, I'm worried about them, oh, but they sound posh, so they're probably fine. Are they eating? Are they able to eat? Like, people will just assume that they can, you know, because of the accent they have. And like, as someone from the south of England, people just assume you must come from wealth, and it's like, all right, mate. Like, as if there aren't massive council estates, as if. Like, yes, the South gets more funding, but it doesn't mean people get more funding. So I really hate, like, the whole, because many people have said that I sound posh, especially over here in Wales, and it really bothers me. It's such a bad stereotype to have when it's based on accent, because just because someone sounds posh doesn't mean they don't need help and assistance, doesn't mean they're not on benefits, you know? Yeah. It's actually kind of dangerous, especially when it's kids involved, because those kids don't always get the same benefits and care as other kids do. And often they need it just as much. Like, oh, they don't need a free lunch. Listen to them, they're posh. They're probably lying when they say they don't have the money for lunch today, and it's like, great, love that stereotype. Oh dear, because I have a pretty posh accent. I can tell you, firsthand, has absolutely nothing to do with money. We very much live month by month here. We have had to be fighting for our money for the last month because we were scammed. It's not any indication on wealth. As much as people would like it to be, it is not. Oh dear. And again, the people that really suffer from it are then people in like a bad position. I don't know. I feel pretty strongly about it as someone who has a posh accent-ish. Probably not the posh-ist, but I've been, you know, I don't want to go too much into my past, but like, yeah, nah. I can tell you 100%. It's all fake. It's all propaganda. Are you French? I think everyone is French in this. We only speak in French during this. We only speak in French during this stream, so I'm assuming everyone is French. I was a free lunch and brekkie kid. I got all my food free. And I got it, due to financial. But it also, I will say, the financial position did help when it comes to university, because I think in England I got basically every single grant and bursary that was available to me, because because of the position we were in our household. They were like, oh, this kid can't do education otherwise, give him everything. And it was like, so it actually really helped me when it comes to university, because it meant that I could actually go. But yeah, normally, nah. Never made it to school for breakfast. We were on like the earliest bus, so because we were quite far out from the school, which happens a lot over the countryside, is like the catchment areas are much bigger. So we were quite far out from school, but it was the closest school to us. So our bus would pick us up just before 7 a.m. and we'd get in at about 8:15, and they'd do breakfast from 8 till 9, which is when school started. So because none of my friends were on that bus, again, I was pretty far out, I would just get into school, have breakfast, go outside, and then meet my friends once they got off their buses. Most of the time, because we were one of the earliest in. We weren't the earliest, but we were one of the earliest. I have the record for late comings. Oh, really? Oh dear, yeah, we had no excuse. Even like, unless we missed the bus, there wasn't an excuse for our bus, because we were there like 45 minutes before school started most of the time. So, yeah, we didn't really get an excuse. We were a very early bus. Oh, actually though, I'd say that we did for a very short period of time have this weird bus driver who, if the kids were talking too loud, which by the way, we were not, we were a really small bus of kids, like sometimes kids would laugh, but if the kids were talking too loud, he'd pull over and stop driving. I don't know, it was weird. So there were a couple times where we were in a bit late. I don't think we were ever fully late, but like, that we didn't get there in time for breakfast. Yeah, 30 a.m. No, I think I got up at like, I got up pretty close. I didn't often have breakfast in the house at that time because I just have it in school. So like, Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Sometimes first thing in the morning I'd have to sort out the stuff for the papers, but like other than that, yeah, it wasn't too bad. Because I started working when I was 13, so I would sometimes sort that stuff out pretty early if I had the option to, because then I could come back and finish it when I finished school. Because again, it was a long bus journey, so like you wouldn't always want to do it when you got back. Sometimes my family would do it for me though if they could, if they weren't at work that day, which was nice. Oh dear. Yeah. Also, thank you, Robert. I did see it. Yeah, you could vote. She's an absolute tramp. Yeah. No, I'm in a much better position now than I used to be, thankfully. And so things are all right now. But yeah, no, accents have nothing to do with how wealthy you are. As much as the media would like you to believe that, and a lot of people would like you to believe that, it's not true at all. And it's a nasty stereotype, which mainly affects people that are struggling for money. Also, because if everyone assumes that you're posh, how hard is it to ask for help? Like, pretty hard. It's already hard to ask for help in the UK. You don't ask for help in the UK. It's already hard. And then if everyone already assumes stuff about you, like 10 times harder. You just never ask for help. Suffer. Swearing is out here. I don't swear, but like you can swear if it's excessive. If it's just people spamming swear words, like that's not fun. So, but you won't be banned for swearing. You'll be banned for being not fun. That is like the #1 ban we give in this community. It's not anything sexual. It's not swearing. It's not anything like you know what you call it. It's not anything bad. It's literally just people being like super unfun to talk to, and so it's like, do I ever want to talk to them again? No. I get rid of them. Normally though, it's because they've been like kind of, I don't know how to put it. It's like there's a way of putting it, and it's like I'm not the best with words, but like yeah, they're just pushing boundaries to see what they can get away with. Like is that a way of putting it? Like there's a group of people on Twitch that do that, and I'll normally ban them after stream, so they won't know that they're banned until they try and come back. But we don't get that very often. Been times with child up for saying shit. Well, yeah, because a lot of chats don't allow swearing at all. We are an 18+ community. We allow swearing. I myself do not really swear, just because it's not part of my lingo. Like when I was in work, I would find it really difficult to differentiate what I said at work versus what I said in, you know, regular everyday life, and so I stopped swearing because otherwise I'd be going into these breast cancer wards and like cussing like a sailor, and it's just not appropriate. So yes, I stopped swearing in general. Oh dear. Sleeves! Sleeves! Thank you so 4 months? My god! Thank you so much for the 4 months! Heck! That's very hecking kind of you! Thank you so much, subscriber. No! It's boob. No, it's not. And we checked this the other day, and even at the highest level of auto mod chappy, you can still say that. So when we do our Boobtober raid call, we'll do it like that. But we'll also only be raiding people that are doing Boobtober, so I think it's fine. They've already agreed to be part of Boobtober. I don't think they'd be too upset, you know? Oh, I did lose a string there. I thought that I did. You gotta go. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope all the stuff goes well. All the crafts. I hope it goes smoothly. Could have been awkward, yeah. Oh dear. Had to go that far. Oh, wait, what did they say? How dare they? How dare they? Wow. Oh dear. But yeah, for a lot of people, swearing's a no-go. And I think especially if you don't have an 18+ community and you might have younger people there, I think that's a very fair barrier to put up. And like the thing is, people have to physically, there's a big difference in my mind of like, you're typing out a swear to put in my chat versus like something happens in real life and you swear by accident. Big difference. People can control themselves online. If someone actually gets mad about not being able to swear, that is absolutely a them problem. And like, I haven't had that. Like, no one's been mad at like the fact that I don't swear. No, as far as I've seen in like more of the chill streams where they don't like it, no one's got mad at it. Like, people have been like, oh shoot, my bad, I should have checked first. But like, no one's actually got mad at it. Because it's like, that's weird. Me switching my vocab between formal and who gives a heck what I say. The formal mode is challenging to not say what comes to mind. Yeah, see, I worked in retail for a really long time, and I've worked with like some pretty vulnerable people for a very long time, and you kind of have to be very, very, very patient. There is no choice if you want to keep those kind of jobs. And I mean, it's a good lesson to learners, I guess, to just like whatever, ignore it, wash over you. Because I don't want to go too much into it, because but a lot of the appointments you have with breast cancer people are very, very emotional. People will be very upset, and you kind of just have to go with it and let it happen. And yeah, for retail in general, I think everyone knows what retail is like. That's not a mystery. Ass women isn't allowed. It is now because we allowed it, but it wasn't. You're right. Most of the things I go to, boobs is talked about a lot. Yeah. I mean, we talk about it a lot because we hold a whole events with it. So it's like, it would be weird for us to avoid talking about it. But that's what I say. It's like, we talk about boobs, we talk about tits, we talk about breasticles, we do all of that kind of stuff. But like, not so much, I personally don't swear, but like, if you want to, you can go ahead. Oh dear. Unless it's excessive, and then I will probably time you out. The thing is, if anyone is getting obsessively swearing and like that level of angry, I'll probably just time you out, because it's not good for the rest of the community who are chilling out here, you know? Like that's a detriment to everyone else here if you can't stop yourself. But again, it doesn't really happen very often. Like, it's very, very rare that anything even similar to that happens. Like, again, most of the time when people are removed from this community, it's because they've come in and tried to push boundaries and just not been very fun to talk to. So like, it's kind of vague to say like you ban people because they're not fun to talk to. I think lots of people would take the mick out of you that on that online, but like, this is my hobby, it's not my job. I want to have fun. Oh dear. And someone who's just constantly trying to push your boundaries is not fun. It's not fun for you, but I think it's also not fun for the community, because you see that when you're in a stream with someone, when there's like somebody who's not fun talking. Like, you can recognize that as a community member. And it's kind of not fun, I think, having to watch that happen to a streamer either. Like, I've been streaming for a while, but I often see this in newer streamers, and I think it probably was me as well when I started streaming, is people are a lot more hesitant to ban people or time people out or to put their foot down, which means you can be in like a new streamer's stream and see someone who's really pushing the boundaries of the streamer, and you can like see it. You're like, dude, chill out. Like, you're obviously pushing boundaries, and the streamer is very obviously uncomfortable, but they don't know how to say it. It's not my place to put like my foot down on them or anything like that. I normally try and change the subject or whatever, but it does suck that there are people out there that like specifically do that to people. Like, why? Let people have fun. 'Tis a hobby. And the nightmares I used to have about working in retail, I still have dreams about working in retail sometimes. Luckily, mine was okay, and I'm also pretty thick-skinned, but like, yeah, there were days. I'm not gonna know unless it's a chat I swear at a lot, and then suddenly I can't say the mild one. Why does that annoy you? Why does somebody setting their boundaries annoy you? Like, I get that it might be like you might mess up a few times, and that's expected in a place where you've been one way, but it's somebody deciding that they're not comfortable with something, I don't think should be an annoyance to anyone else. I'm sorry. Also, if you've not here before, welcome on in. My name is Jelly, and I will always say my opinion if I don't agree. So if you're looking for a lovely, agreeable female, it ain't me. I am not agreeable. I will say if I don't agree with something. Be ready for that. I'm sorry. It's definitely not a popular streaming method. You're meant to be like, yeah, it sounds hard. Oh my god, that sounds really difficult. Well, not me. I will if I think something does sound hard, but I will also be like, why does that bother you though? Oh god, gotta ban sleeves. Heck, sleeves, get out of here. Gotta read the room. Yeah, for sure. Reading the room is important, but also just like, I don't know. I think it's obvious. Like, when people are making streamers uncomfortable, like, it feels like obvious they're doing it on purpose. Yeah, badonkadonk wench. Oh my god, I forgot about badonkadonk wench. A couple times I tried to say it's like to chill out to another chatter. Yeah, it's like really hard because like, is it my place? Especially because I'm a streamer that's been around for a while, I don't like just going in and being like, you should be doing this, this, and that, because I feel like I'm taking control of someone else's stream, and I don't like that. And like telling someone else to chill out in someone else's stream almost feels like that as well. So I feel a little awkward stepping in, but there are times where you're like, I really want you to step up and just be like, they're obviously trying to piss you off. Leave them alone. Ah, dear. Do never nod yes when you... no, to be fair, no, I do that, Zin. Not mine. Like, you get all of these, like psychology things where they're like, oh, they're nodding, but they're saying no. Or they're shaking their head, but they're saying yes. It means they don't agree. I don't know. It could just mean you're an expressive head person. I do this a lot. You know? Does it mean anything? Probably not. Sometimes, maybe. Oh dear. It's not so much boundaries that annoy me more. If I've already spent weeks trying them and they suddenly can't use I would like to use, the change isn't always easy for me. I think if that's the case though, and you know that you're going to struggle to change, it might just be worth there are thousands of streamers on Twitch. Like I'll be honest, like from one streamer to someone else, if somebody told me, if I made a change, especially early on, say let's say the first year of me streaming, because I made a lot of changes for my comfort level in that first year. If I'd been like, hey guys, I've decided that we're not gonna talk about this subject anymore. I know we've been talking about it a lot, but like I've just, over the weeks, I'm finding that it's making me really uncomfortable, so we're not gonna do that anymore. And then someone was like, well, I wanna talk about it still. I'd be like, go somewhere else. Like, go somewhere else. And we actually had this. And I had to actually time someone out. And it was someone who'd been here for a while, where I had asked, kindly, can we not talk about death for a while? Because I had recently lost several family members back to back. It was really hard for me to talk about death without immediately linking it to having that loss. And so I asked them, and someone immediately came in and started making jokes about death. And I timed them out. So I was like, if you can't respect a simple boundary, even if it's like you want to talk about, if you can't respect a boundary in this stream, we don't want you here. And so I timed them out, and they have apologized since, and everything's been fine. But like, this is my space. In my space, I have my rules. Every streamer has their rules in their own space. And if it doesn't suit you, there are thousands of other people there that might suit you better. I don't know, making a big fuss and being rude and being like, I can't believe you've done this, you've made life hard for me. It's like, what? I'm not saying that you did do that, but like people do that. I'm glad I don't get many people like that. Yeah, totally you should be doing what you do. I changed my mindset. I don't actually want to do this anymore. I've changed my mind. Oh dear. I've said it when they keep trying to change the subject back. Yeah, it's like, can we move on, mate? Chill, read the room. We don't want to talk about that anymore. Sometimes that's all people need. They're like, oh, okay, I was just trolling. Oh dear. So I had to ask. Yeah, I think that's probably the best call, is just checking, because if you can't swear, then maybe it's not for you. The stream is a safe space for the streamer. Yeah, that is the best way of putting it. The stream should always be a safe space for the streamer. Doesn't mean it's going to be everyone else's ideal space. And because of that, it's useful that we have thousands of streamers on Twitch. You know, my space is a space which can get quite lewd. We can talk about a lot of interesting, unusual, often gross or overly sexual subjects, because we do. I do talk about stuff like that. And there are going to be a lot of people that are going to find those topics uncomfortable. You know, even talking about boobs, there'll be people that find talking about boobs uncomfortable because maybe they've lost someone to breast cancer recently. Maybe they're going through it themselves. And this will not necessarily be a safe space for them, because I will be talking about boobs as much as I do. And that's fine, because what you can do is you can go to the streamer next to me and maybe it'll be a lot better for you. Yeah. Oh dear, what, this is my space? This is my space. Surprise. Yeah, it's changed a lot over the years. Oh dear, that's understandable, and I respect that. Yeah, I just don't get the whole, I'm mad. And it's like, you shouldn't be mad. There's no madness. Oh, if you are mad, I feel like reevaluating the situation maybe, because maybe there's been a misunderstanding there. Oh dear. I would have banned them. Yeah, these days, I didn't ban them because they had been a community member for like 2 years, and I want to assume that they maybe had some streamer lag. I wanted to give the benefit of the doubt. But I was also not about to have that in my chat after that conversation, you know? It's like, no, I'm like, you know, we've come out of that. It's been over a year. I'm happy to talk about stuff again. But like, there will be periods of time where I'm like, I really just don't want to talk about this. One thing I've seen recently, and this sucks. This really sucks, and I hate it. But like, a lot of big streamers are asking their chat to not talk about the weather anymore. Can you guess why? Can you guess why streamers are having to ask their chats to stop talking about the weather? The reason 7 might shock you. It's because people are using the weather to dox them. And so if someone asks, is it raining where you are? They could be stood like nearby or on a map looking for the weather in your space. This is, by the way, mainly a very big streamer thing. I don't think that it's going to affect small streamers to the same extent. But there are certain streamers who are having to basically not do that. People can find out in smaller countries, yes, you can. Because if someone mentioned that they were in a weather warning, for instance, and the weather warning covered a small area, you can narrow it down. People will be listening to like planes taking off and stuff like that. You already told us weather. It is trash here right now. I have doxed myself. The weather is god awful here today. It's pissing down with rain, and it's really, really windy. But yeah, it's like, you know, but like, say if somebody went into that chat and didn't respect it and asked what the weather is anyway, they could be seen as someone attempting to dox you. So it's like, those boundaries are important, and it's important that they're respected. And if there are people in the community that won't respect it, it is better to get rid of them. They are not valuable members of the community anymore. Because people can ask for all sorts of reasons. Like swearing could be a reason, but like death could be a reason, weather could be a reason. There are all sorts of reasons that like streamers don't want to talk about certain things, and normally it's for the streamer's safety or peace of mind. So there is normally a good reason that they ask you to stop talking about certain things. We're fine to talk about the weather here, by the way. It's Wales. I'm always going to tell you it's raining, and you know what? I'll always be telling the truth. It's always going to be raining. But yeah. Dear. To their lives and their home, so to speak. Their stream is their home. You can choose to say or not. Not everyone is made for you. That's exactly right, Supreme. Very, very nicely put. Much more eloquent than me. You'll have different cover levels about certain subjects. But yeah, the weather. Yeah, the weather is a big one. They've already told us whether the whole of the UK is bloody horrendous. Yeah, it is useful living in a country that is pretty nasty 99% of the time. I'm hiding it as I really hate the strong wind. It's really windy. We're meant to be getting like thunder and lightning in the next couple days as well. To nip out for one night. Oh, your chickens had escaped. Are they back safely and happy? I hope so. It's the same reason why we shouldn't take pics of the area surrounding our home. Exactly. Also, most streamers will stream with their windows closed. Do you want to know a thing I learnt about recently that's kind of scary? Is once someone thinks they've got your address or your street, they'll get a really strong laser pointer and they'll point it at your window, and they'll keep an eye on your stream and see if they can see the laser pointer appearing on your stream so that they can identify exactly which house that you live in. So a lot of streamers nowadays stream with their windows or like their curtains completely closed and just daylights, like light bulbs in there. So it looks like that they have the windows open, but in reality the windows are closed, to avoid people doing stuff like that in their windows. Which is absolutely terrifying. What is wrong with people? Like, just to be clear, this isn't healthy behavior. This is a problem. But yes, some people can be very passionate with opinions that lead to words being regretted later. Yeah. Also, I'm going to unpin this because we have just hit 400. I'm going to show you. Very, very frightening me. Galileo, 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 Figaro, Pacifico. Yeah, all of that. Got the culprit back inside, but they didn't figure out how they escaped, which is frustrating because they could do it again. Yeah. I'm very happy to have my hands on camera now. Yeah, I wish people didn't do stuff like that. I think every sane person wishes that people didn't do stuff like that because it's unhinged. People are unhinged online. Also, speaking of unhinged, here's my unhinged project right now. Oh, there's another pin in there. I didn't realize I had two. My unhinged project. This is 400 stickmen so far. We're 1/10 of the way there. Look at all this. Look at all these stickmen. You see all of these? There's so many. There you go. I think you can see all of them pretty well like this. 1/10 of the way there. Whoop, whoop. Excuse me, yes. Oh dear. Do you have enough fabric? I have more. I actually have cut this down because it was really long. What I want to do is I want to get half of them done, and then I want to go back and add more stickmen into the areas that we've already done. So, because you can kind of see like the gaps between the hoops, right? Like there are just gaps of spaces between my hoops. So the plan is to go the whole way down and hopefully get about 2,000 of them in, and then go back and add them all into the spaces that are already there. 2,000 is half of 4,000. You're right. Yeah, that's the plan. that is my goal. Dear. Stickman with beards. I mean, you can't really tell on the stickman though. Like some of the faces are just very distorted. We had a request, do any of the orange ones lie down? Let me just have a little peer over what we've got already. I've got upside down and I've got some sitting down, but I don't have any lying down. Just sat down or upside down so far on orange. Yes. Oh dear, what are you making? A challenge. A challenge for myself. 4,000 stickmen to celebrate 4,000 followers. What I will say, just to talk about this, can I have it laying down with a purple cat on the back? I can, but do you mind? What we're going to do at the moment, Sleeves, is I'm going to get all the stickmen done, and then we're going to do one stream at the end where people pick their stickmen, because otherwise, with it being rolled up, it's really hard for people to pick them. So if it's okay with you, hold on to that, And then when we've got all of them in, I'll go back and add all the decorations, because otherwise it's just a mammoth project. And it's a bit easier as well, because you might find one later on that suits what you want a little bit better than any of the ones I've done so far. 2 seconds, I'm just gonna stand up really quickly so that you can kind of see this whole piece. Whoop, there we go. It's quite a big piece, so don't worry. There we go. It goes down quite a long way. Yeah, look at that. Look at all these little guys. Look at all these little guys. But they have got a, you can kind of see the spaces like in between them and stuff. These are the areas I'm talking about where you can kind of see where the hoops are. Because they're kind of in circles. It's not on purpose, it's just how it is. So that's what I want to fix, which is why we'll go back and do the second layer over top of all of them. It's not like I don't have enough space, I have plenty, because I really have spaced them apart quite a bit. Look at those little stickman flowers, yeah! Makes more sense, yeah. It just means hopefully we can find one that suits you a bit better as well. Ah, dear. I didn't realize you were making like I've just been looking at you in chat. Yeah, it's because I have to have this quite close to me because otherwise I get a crook in my neck from like leaning over and doing this. So I've got like my knees up and then I put the hoop over where my knees are and I just have it here. Obviously it's just been unrolled, so normally it would be all rolled up so you don't see as much of it, but yeah, I've just had it like on here and I've just been working away at it because otherwise it's just such a nightmare trying to get this one done. Normally, because we have, I'm gonna have to move my keyboard if I want to show you this. I'll put it like here because you can't really see what it is at this stage. But normally we'd have our top down where you can like see the crafts from that angle. It's got biscuits on it right now, ignore that. But like, yeah, it's just, it doesn't really work for this particular project, so Ah dear. What I might say is, we've just hit 400. I'm probably going to end stream there. 2 reasons. One, I am a little concerned because the weather outside is pretty frightful, but also because I would like to have a little break, and I think I have a sneaky suspicion that as soon as I go on break, I am going to lose power. We've already had a power cut once today, and I wouldn't be surprised if we had more coming. So I'm going to end stream a little early, just yeah, weather bad. Weather bad is what it is. There won't be a stream tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday. On Friday, we have our shop opening. For those who aren't aware, I am a VTuber modeler and rigger. So we have our VGen store opening for people that want VTubers, but then also we have our physical embroidery store opening because everything's happened at the same time. And sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes you're just doing thousands of things at once. So we're going to be doing everything at once. Let me have a little look. I see a lot of the UK beans have decided not to stream today, and honestly, fair enough. I don't blame them at all, because it is a nasty, nasty day. Ooh, how long have you been going for, and are you going to keep going? Oh, you've just started. Okay, we might go to looking at some Zelda cosplay, if that's okay. Would you like to go see some people making a Zelda cosplay? I feel like you would. I feel like who wouldn't like that? So we're gonna go over there. Hell yeah. I met my Welsh cousin to see how he is with the weather. It's just very, very windy and wet, and there's like some power cuts. Love that. VGen, I always read it as vegan. I always read it as vegan as well. No, not Tingle. No Tingle today. Tingle was yesterday. We've been good and we've avoided Tingle all day today. So no, we're actually reading Spark, who is making a Zelda, some bits for a Zelda costume. It looks very detailed, like the texture on it is absolutely beautiful. So very excited to see that. We'll send you all over there because I'm sure you'll have a lovely time with them. And then I'm off tomorrow and I'll be back on Thursday. So we'll be doing more of this on Thursday, and then we're actually going to be doing an embroidered portrait on Friday just to celebrate opening the shops. So Friday will be special stream day, Thursday will be more Stickmen. I might do some Stickmen in the downtime as well because I can do that if the power goes out. Otherwise, grab a raid call everyone, and we're going to send some love over to Spark. Take care. There we go. And let's also make sure that I have stopped